Okay, folks, I've got 6 o'clock.
Can I ask everyone to turn their microphones on, please, at the podium? It'll be a green light that should light up.
Okay. I think we're ready to get started. I'd like to call this September 2, 2025 meeting of the Henderson City County Planning Commission to order. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you all for coming. Okay, let's try it this way. All right. I thought I was getting feedback or something. Anyway, it's September 2, 2025. I'm calling this meeting of the Henderson City County Planning Commission to order. I want to welcome and thank you all for being here. We appreciate your interest and your help. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Thank you. David Dixon.
Here.
Kevin Richard.
Here.
Bobby Jarrett.
Here.
Mac Arnold.
Here.
XR Royster.
Here.
Dickie Johnson. Gary Gibson.
Here.
Gray Hodge.
Here.
Stacy Denton.
Here.
Kevin Herron.
Here.
Frank Boyette.
Here.
Heather Tays.
Do we have a quorum?
We do, thank you.
Very good, thank you. Got a couple of housekeeping things I want to attend to here. The first one, I think we've got some items on the agenda that perhaps just only a few of you are interested in, and I was hoping we could move that around so we can help those folks with their business, and then move on to the thing I think everybody's here for. So that would involve moving the two items, one being the division of the BRAE LLC property, Lot 1 preliminary plat, and the Grateful Living Apartment Site Plan to the front of the agenda.
I move that we do that.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor of reordering the agenda as described, say yes.
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 Any opposed? Very good. So try to help me keep track of that. Speaking rules. Often these are rules or guidelines that we put in place. We've used them for some time when we have a large number of people who might want to speak. So if you would bear with me, I will read these proposed guidelines and then ask for a motion to put them in place tonight. If the Henderson City County Planning Commission regularly scheduled meeting for 6 p.m. on Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, has not been sooner concluded and adjourned, it will stop at 9 p.m. and by motion and vote of the Planning Commission be continued and reconvene the following night, Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025 at 6 p.m. and stop at 9 p.m. and by motion and vote of the Planning Commission be continued and reconvened 6 p.m. and stop at 9 p.m. from night to night thereafter until finished. The Planning Commission wants to hear all evidence, comments, statements, positions, suggestions, and questions, collectively called comments. Each presenter may or may not allow questions during their presentation at their discretion. All general comments will be heard at the end and after all presentations by the staff and the applicant, unless the chairman elects otherwise or unless changed by vote of the Planning Commission. There will be no time limit on attorneys, and attorneys will present comments first. We'll begin with attorneys, then non-attorneys. Attorneys may ask questions directly. Questions from non-attorneys must be presented to the chairman, either verbally or in writing, along with whom the question is to be directed to, and the chairman will ask the question. That is, non-attorneys may not ask questions directly. Each non-attorney will initially be given 3 minutes. After every non-attorney has had 3 minutes, if there are non-attorneys who would like additional time, an additional 3 minutes will be given. And this procedure will be repeated until everyone has had an opportunity to present all they desire to present. It might take us a few days, but everybody will get a chance to contribute. Speakers are not asked to repeat something another speaker has said, but may come forward and say they agree with one or more other speakers and present anything new they may have. Planning commissioners may comment and ask questions at any time. I'll asking for a motion, a second, and a vote to put these guidelines into place. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the speaking guidelines as presented, say yes.
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 Any opposed? Okay. So, we can go into, I need a motion to go into public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor of entering public hearing? Say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? We're in public hearing. The first item of approval is approval of the minutes from the August 5th, 2025 meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of approving the minutes of our last meeting, say yes.
Yes. Yes.
Any opposed? Minutes are,
Mr. Chairman,
excuse me.
Brent, some of the folks online say they can't hear. Is that something you can check, please? Sorry, Mr. Chairman.
I just got a text, sorry.
Do we need to go out of public
Yes.
hearing to do these?
Yes, we're gonna be in and out and in and out.
Okay.
It's hope. Undo that there, Frank, okay. Let's make sure we're being heard, because we might have to start all over.
Somebody need to test it.
Do I understand that
sound.
people who are following along on Zoom cannot hear? Is that,
The ones online can't.
they can see but can't hear?
Mr. Chairman, Brent said he's turned up all the microphones, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay,
Okay.
Counselor, do we need to start over?
No, not for administration.
Okay, okay. So, we've approved the minutes. I need a motion to leave public hearing.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of leaving public hearing, say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? We are out of public hearing. That will take us to the next item, the division of the BRA LLC property Lot 1 preliminary plat. Ms. Marks, you're gonna help us with that?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Division of the Bray LLC property, Lot 1 preliminary plat, submitted by the Bray LLC, Bradley K. Hazelwood, for the property located in the city of Henderson at 1800 Clay Street, being parcel ID number 56-60, containing approximately 11.092 acres. The applicant is requesting preliminary plat approval. That's the map of that location. If you all will remember back in May, we did a rezoning for roughly 11 acres of that lot. And if the rezoning did move forward to M1, they would be required to submit a plat. Because the zone change to M1 turned it to what would be requiring a major subdivision, that is why you all are now seeing it before you. A final plat will be submitted once this is approved for in-house approval. You will also be looking likely to next month for an engineered site plan for this development as well. I believe the applicant or their agent is here.
Okay,
It's hard to tell.
Thank you. Any questions for staff from the commission? As I said, we dealt with the rezoning on this in May, you said?
Mhm.
Okay, and there'll be more to come?
Yes.
Okay. Does the commission need to hear from the applicant? Would the applicant or their representative want to speak to the commission? Okay, I'm seeing no response. In that case, I'll entertain a motion in regard to the division of the BRAE LLC property Lot 1 preliminary plat as presented. Do we have a motion? The motion is to approve.
Second.
Commissioner?
I think that's what he meant.
Okay, all right. So we have a motion to approve and a second. Any discussion? Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Kevin Richard.
Yes.
Bobby Jarrett. Mac Arnold.
Yes.
XR Royster. Gary Gibson.
Yes.
Gray Hodge.
Yes.
Stacy Denton. Kevin Herron.
Yes.
Frank Boyette.
Yes.
Good. The motion passes. We're moving on to the Grateful Living Apartments site plan. Ms. Marks?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Grateful Living Apartments site plan submitted by Grateful Living of Henderson LLC for the property located in the city of Henderson at 1400 North Adams Street, being parcel ID number 65-7, The applicants are requesting site plan approval. The applicant did submit a brief description of the project, so I'm going to read that to you all now. Grateful Living Residences is the new construction of 48 affordable multifamily housing units for families, featuring 8 one-bedroom units, 32 two-bedroom units, and 8 three-bedroom units. The property is located at approximately 1400 North Adams Street, Henderson, Kentucky. The targeted population for this project is families with a preference given to residents referred from the Women's Addiction Recovery Manor, which is located 2 miles north of the project site. The total development cost for this project will be $11,828,602. The total, here we go, sorry about that. So this is the location we are looking at, but the total developed lot will be roughly 4 acres. They will be coming back to us with a plat for a subdivision. That will be a minor subdivision, so that will be in-house once they move forward with the site plan. The proposed lighting for the development will be night sky friendly. The project will require that minor subdivision submitted in-house. There are several bonding amounts for the project, and I'll read those into the record whenever you're ready for that. But I do know that the applicant or their agent is here if you have further questions for them on that. Here is a site plan. It's very difficult to see from this level. There are 6 buildings in total. 5 are residential apartments. There is a 6th building that's a community building. We have received all the necessary approvals from technical advisors as well on this project.
Okay, could you go back to the previous
Yes.
aerial view, please?
Yeah.
Just to orient myself, we're across from Red Banks.
Yes, and then this is Harding
Okay,
down this way.
good, thank you.
Mhm.
Does the commission have any questions for staff concerning this project? This will come back to us again in the form of what?
It will not come back.
It
So
will
this
not?
will be, a minor subdivision will be required because the zoning for this is residential office. And so it will be done as a minor in-house plat.
Okay, so we won't be approving a site, oh, this is the site plan,
This is the
sorry.
site plan.
Very
Mhm.
good. So we're looking at this slide, okay, good. Would the commission like to hear from the applicant or their representative? Would the applicant like to speak to the commission?
No, thanks.
Okay, thank you, sir. If there are no questions, anyone else have any inquiries regarding this project? If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion in regard to the Grateful Living Apartments site plan as presented.
Mr. Chairman, is it okay if I read the bond
Oh,
numbers?
by all means, yes, I'm sorry.
So that way maybe they don't have to be repeated again.
Good.
Okay, so we do have bonding for this project. The engineering requirements, excavation in the amount of $13,000, sidewalks, curbs, and driveways in the amount of $23,500, restoration $600, for a total on engineering of $37,100. There is a screening bond required for $16,700. And then Henderson Water Utility has a sewer bond for $197,323. And as you all are aware, it's either builded or bonded, and that will be submitted before they can get a building permit.
Very good, thank you. Any questions?
Are we ready for a motion?
I'm ready for a
I
motion.
have one quick
Oh,
question.
excuse me,
The
Commissioner.
site plan is not for the entire parcel?
It is not. It's just about 4 acres.
How big, in 65.7, or no, how big is the site there?
The entire parcel.
The entire parcel.
Let's go to GIS.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can't see
It'd
it.
be a bookmark, the first bookmark. It's
Do you see GIS?
Yep.
You got it.
right there.
Oh, that does not look like the world. Where's the second bookmark? Because it's the second item. Oh, not
Well.
responding. No surprise.
Mr. Hodge, give us 1 second.
Yeah.
There we go. What's that Say 24 acres,
I believe that says 24.
approximately 24 acres.
Any other questions? If no one has questions, I'll entertain a motion regarding the Grateful Living Apartment site plan.
I would move that we accept the site plan for Grateful Living Apartments at 1400 North Adams Street.
I've got a question on.
I'm sorry, you go right ahead.
Okay, do I need to go?
Yes, I need your name, please,
My name's Christina Gary, and I live just a few blocks from
and your address.
462 Ray Street.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Best of my ability that I know.
That's all we're asking.
Okay, this is, for, drug-related ladies who are getting out, and is that what this is for?
Not specifically. It is for low-income, it's multifamily housing that will have a preference to those leaving the women's addiction recovery manner.
Okay.
So it will be
Well,
a type of transitional.
my concern is that, that location is real close to a known drug area. So I don't know if the people planning this know about that issue around, that area. Like, there's a lot of drug activity in that area. I mean, I got a brothel right across the street from me, so, I mean, I live between the liquor store and crack dealer. So I didn't know if we need to let them know that that might be something to look into, because putting people that are having drug issues in an area that is, they can go across the street, knock on somebody's door, and it's like, what's your pleasure? And, you know, that might not be a very good, you know, just,
I understand. The applicant's here, so I think you just made him aware of that.
okay. All right, thank you. That's all I had to say.
Okay, we don't have anybody here from the police department to speak to it. Applicant, are you still okay with your right back there? Okay. Any other comments? Okay. Is this about the third time I've tried to get a motion regarding the Grateful Living
Yeah,
Apartment
I'll
site
try
plan?
it again. I make a motion that we approve the Grateful Living Apartments site plan at 1400 North Adams Street, along with the bond amounts previously read by our Assistant Planning Director, Ms. Marks.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Thank you. Frank Boyette,
Yes.
Kevin Herron,
Yes.
Stacy Denton.
Yes.
Gray Hodge,
Yes.
Gary Gibson,
Yes.
XR Royster, Mac Arnold,
Yes.
Bobby Jarrett,
Yes.
Kevin Richard.
Yes.
Very good. The motion passes. Now I need a motion to re-enter public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of re-entering public hearing, say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? We are in public hearing. The next item on the agenda is a text amendment to the Henderson County zoning ordinance. Mr. Bishop.
Yes, sir. The Henderson County Fiscal Court hereby proposes and originates the amendment of Article 33, Wind Energy Conversion Systems, WEX for short, of the Henderson County zoning ordinance by adding a new section numbered and entitled, Resolution Originating Proposed Text Amendment to the Henderson County Code of Ordinances, found in the Henderson County Code of Ordinances in Appendix A thereof, which would create Article 32, Wind Energy Conversion System, WEX, of said ordinance to institute a moratorium on industrial scale WEX and referral to the Henderson City County Plan Commission, HCCPC, in compliance with KRS 100.211, directing the Henderson City County Plan Commission to hold and appropriate fact-finding public hearings necessary for HCCPC to originate proposed text amendments to the zoning ordinance for comprehensive WEC regulations, and directing the HCCPC, the Henderson County Codes Administrator, and the Henderson County Board of Zoning Adjustment not to accept of process applications for WEX projects during moratorium process. And Mr. Chairman, would you like me to read the proposed language into the record?
Or Are we gonna read the entire,
Maybe we should hear
Resolution here?
testimony first?
I thought we were gonna hear the whole resolution.
That, I just want to make sure you are still okay with that.
I think that's, unless
Okay.
everybody's already got a copy and seen this.
Okay.
Fiscal Court has laid out a course of action, a proposed step-by-step, way to address this issue. We are in, as far as the planning commission is concerned, we're in step one this evening. Let's go ahead and read it.
Okay. Whereas the Henderson Fiscal Court is tasked with providing for the general safety welfare of the citizens of Henderson County, and whereas the Henderson Fiscal Court pursuant to KRS 67.03 subsection 3 shall have the power to carry out governmental functions necessary for the operation of the county, which includes planning, zoning, subdivision control, according to the provisions of KRS Chapter 100, and whereas as stated in section 1.01, the Henderson County zoning ordinance, the purpose of the ordinance includes promoting the health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community, to facilitate orderly and harmonious development and the visual character of the community, to regulate the density of population and the intensity of land use in order to provide adequate light and air. And whereas the Henderson County County Comprehensive Plan includes the goal to wisely plan for land uses in appropriate locations to maximize quality design and minimize the adverse impacts of development, with the objective to preserve agricultural land while protecting the economy and heritage of rural areas of the county. And whereas Henderson County Court deems it in the best interest of Henderson County to make certain amendments to the Henderson County zoning ordinance with regard to industrial wind energy conversion systems. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Henderson County Fiscal Court as follows. Pursuant to KRS 100.211 subsection 3, the Henderson County Fiscal Court hereby proposes and originates amendment of the Henderson County zoning ordinance by creating a new chapter entitled Article 33, Wind Energy Conversion Systems, WECS, reading as follows. Section 1, definitions. WECS, all necessary devices that together convert wind energy into electric and deliver that electricity to the utilities transmission lines, including but not limited to the rotor, nacelle, generator, WECS tower, electrical components, WECS foundation, transformer, and electrical cabling from the WECS tower, substation, operational meteorological towers, communications facilities, and other required facilities and equipment as related to WECS project. Industrial scale WECS, a wind energy conversion system capable of generating more than a cumulative maximum power of 5 kilowatts, constructed on the property of another by a company or corporation or another entity whose general intent is to capture wind energy and place it onto the electrical grid for resale to the public utility or other energy marketer. Small-scale WECS, a wind energy conversion system designed to provide power to a home or other local site for use by the owner whose total height does not exceed 50 feet, with a generating capacity not to exceed the cumulative maximum power of 5 kilowatts and shall not entail net metering capability. WECS project, a collection of multiple WECS as specified in the application for the development plan approval and/or improvement or location permit. WECS tower, the support structure to which the nacelle and turbine and other rotor are attached, but may be used in the context of the tower, nacelle, turbine, rotor collectively. Section 2, moratorium. The remainder of this zoning ordinance and all other ordinances notwithstanding, there is hereby imposed a moratorium on the filing, processing, review, and acceptance by the Henderson County Fiscal Court, the Henderson City County Plan Commission, the Henderson County Board of Zoning Adjustment, and the Henderson County Codes Administrator, or any other department, subdivision, agency, board, or commission of Henderson County government of any and all applications for rezoning, conditional use permits, building permits, or other types of applications for industrial scales, WECS projects, towers, and installations. This moratorium shall remain in effect July 1st, 2026, or until such time as amendments to this article, if any, are approved by the Henderson County Fiscal Court, whichever comes first. Unless repealed or extended, small-scale WECS for purely residential purposes shall be considered non-residential accessory uses and may continue to be processed in the current manner. Item 2, the Henderson County Fiscal Court hereby directs and requests that the Henderson City County Plan Commission, in compliance with applicable laws, to hold at least one public hearing pursuant to KRS 211 subsection 3, after notice as required by KRS Chapter 424, to make recommendations as to the text of the amendment in numerical paragraph 1 herein above, and whether the amendment shall be approved or disapproved, and to state the reasons for its recommendation. If the HCCPC is of the opinion that the originated text should be modified or amended, the Henderson County Fiscal Court hereby directs and requests that the HCPC to originate the proposed amendment text with all deliberate speed pursuant to KRS 100-211 subsection 3.
May I interrupt you? That's
Sure.
all we're doing tonight.
Please do.
That's all we're doing tonight. The next paragraphs are later stages of what the planning commission's going to do. Tonight, the planning commission is asking for your comment, your opinions on the adoption of that ordinance that permits only one thing: small, single residence, less than 50 feet towers that generate less than 5 kilowatts that cannot be connected to or sell power back to the grid. And 2, propose a moratorium. Nothing else is being done tonight. Now, later, we will be asking for your comments to let us know you're for or against wind-powered turbines, why you're against them, information you may have regarding it that the Planning Commission can use to draft a comprehensive ordinance. They're not doing that tonight. They're not drafting a comprehensive ordinance. They're not hearing comments about what you may think about wind turbine power. Tonight, they're imposing a moratorium to not allow any applications for wind turbines for that year period or whatever the Planning Commission may recommend back to the county. Does anyone have any questions about what I just said? I could see why you would be, because it is,
But we need you to come to the
Yes,
mic.
I'm sorry.
Sworn in.
it is confusing.
Yes, ma'am, your name, please,
Lisa Thompson Meyer,
and your address,
13341, Highway 136 East in Henderson.
and do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you have questions?
Yes. You indicated that it was going to be a 50-foot limit. Well, what they're proposing is 726.
And, give me a second, and that's not permitted for a year because the Planning Commission is gonna draft an ordinance to deal with those higher towers. The only thing people can do right now, if this passes, if the Planning Commission recommends it to the county adopts it, the only thing that can be done during that moratorium is 50-foot towers.
So have you had an indication that there is a company, probably the same company, that is actually looking to do the 50-foot ones? Because that's news, I guess, to everybody here.
50-foot is only for one house. It's only for a residence, maybe a residence and a garage, or a residence and a shop, but it can't be a big unit that puts power back into the system.
It's for their sole use only.
Okay.
It's like, have you ever seen a house that has a small solar array
Oh, yeah.
next to their,
Yes.
think of that, but a small wind turbine for their own personal use, not sold back to the grid at all.
So during this year, then the 720-foot
We're-
ones
we're-
will not be,
Those will not be accepted in that time frame. Any applications.
and there's not going to be any language written for Henderson or Henderson County to accommodate those 720.
That is where,
6 foot.
as Mr. Friday mentioned, the
Next step.
comprehensive state.
I'm
Yep.
gonna let them take
Yeah.
over, but
So,
that's the next step, but it's not tonight.
That's what we're gonna use this year, or however much time it is, we're gonna use that time to come up with an ordinance, you know, addressing the larger kind of projects that you're
Ms. Meyer, I
referring
think
to.
item 3 of what I'm about to read will clear up a lot of this.
Okay,
So,
okay.
As I said, fiscal court has laid out a plan of action. You know, let's have a hearing about a moratorium. While that moratorium's going on, let's have another hearing about wind power overall, another hearing about what to go in an ordinance. This is gonna take a while. We'll be together many times.
A lot of people here have been attending all the physical court meetings, and I don't think I slept through it. They did not mention that. Does anybody recall them mentioning that in the physical court meeting?
I would say this is baby steps, two big ones.
well, time out, guys. This was all proposed in fiscal court. This is what was published. This was there in fiscal court. They may have not brought it up, but that was in the language. And the reason why is because there's two different animals. You have the personal use, just like the small solar arrays that someone would use for their own house, and then the large industrial scale, like in Roberts. Same scenario. This was all in the motion or in the document that they passed in fiscal court on July 22nd. It was there the entire time.
This is what Mr. Bishop is reading is what fiscal court passed and discussed at some length.
I must have slipped through it, because all I heard was the 726 foot ones. And I think that's what most of the people that have been coming to the
Yeah.
meetings are.
And that's where the moratorium comes in.
Yeah,
That
and-
that cannot happen until we have an ordinance in place. And we can't have an ordinance in place until we decide what's in that ordinance. And we can't do that until we hear from y'all over the time. Right now, we just want to call a halt to things so we can start to gather information to write a comprehensive regulation. And I
So
just,
then
But make sure you speak into the mic, because this is
I'm
all.
sorry.
I'm sorry. So if the 50-foot one is approved, then you'll move forward with the 726?
No. So the 50-foot is a small WEX, so a personal, so for example, if you wanted to go to your residence and build one just for your private use,
The wind
that's what
turbine.
this ordinance is creating. The other part of what it's doing is creating the moratorium as of now, July 1st of '26, so that we can write the ordinance for the large industrial size, which what I read before, there was two definitions. This is for the small, this is for, sorry, I'll tell you the exact, yes. The small scale WEX, that's what the 50-foot or less is. The industrial scale WEX are the large, like you're mentioning, the 700-foot plus ones. Two separate animals.
So have people actually come forward and are interested in the 50-foot? Is that why you're going the 50-foot first?
I can't speak to that. We're just acting on what was sent to us by fiscal court.
Okay. Interesting.
Fiscal court, I attended the meeting when this resolution was approved. They have given us some, given the planning commission some leeway here to make a recommendation as to the length of time the moratorium lasts, what a proposed ordinance might be, if there should be a prohibition. The word prohibition was used more than once at that meeting, if anybody was here.
I like that word.
Well, folks at that meeting liked that word too. And I think that people, those options are on the table, but it's gonna take a lot of time to get there. But we have to hear from a lot of people, pro and con. We need to be fair and complete.
Mr. Chairman, it should also be said that if for some reason the plan commission does not agree with what's here, so for example, let me make sure I use the right words here. The small scale WEX, they could also make that recommendation not to approve that portion as well. So that is also something the plan commission could do.
Okay.
But this is just what was sent to us by the fiscal court.
Okay.
And they've asked us, maybe we should have repeated this process. They've asked us to hold this public hearing, which we're doing tonight. We're gonna make a recommendation back to fiscal court tonight on this resolution, should it be changed? Should the moratorium be longer or shorter, or those kind of things. We're gonna send a recommendation to fiscal court, and they can take that recommendation and start all over if they want to. Okay?
Okay.
They can hold another public hearing. They can take our recommendation and run with it. Okay?
Mr. Chairman, may I jump in?
Yes, please.
This is not the portion for the large 700-foot. This is only creating this language and the moratorium. The part where we discuss shadow flicker and infrasound and all that is coming later. That is what's going to be discussed in Section 3. The Plan Commission will hold at least one hearing on that. Then once all that data is collected, we will come back with the comprehensive ordinance that Mr. Friday referenced, and then that is another public hearing. So there's a minimum of 3 meetings, including tonight.
Okay.
And I expect more than that, frankly.
Okay.
Other
Thank you.
questions? We'll try our best. We've been trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not gonna address the big issues in one time and place like this evening. Okay?
Thank you.
Sir, would you like to?
Mr.
ask?
Dixon, Commissioner Dixon,
Yes.
why don't we get through the reading first? Because if we allow everyone to come speak, it's just gonna be one, right? We're only on, we still need to read section 3, 4, and 5. It won't take long, let him
Mhm.
stay right there, but I think we ought
I
to
got a quick
get through the
question,
Okay.
real quick.
Name?
David Mays, 18601 Middle Delaware Road.
Mhm.
And
do you
all-
promise to tell the truth and whole
Yes,
truth and nothing
sir.
but the truth?
Yes, sir. Whether you want to hear it or not, I do. I promise. All of y'all are here for our best interest, for everybody in here's best interest, correct?
Yes.
And we have concerns. That's why all of us showed up here tonight. I don't know that it's in the forum or any of that. I know that everybody in here showed up because they have a concern. It might not be to the guidelines of y'all's meeting, but since all these people have shown up here and all of y'all are here, what would it hurt to just hear everyone's concerns? That's my only question.
We have not,
Thank you.
excuse me, we have not prevented anyone from speaking here this evening, have we?
Y'all don't want to hear what we're here for.
Well, give us a chance here. Let's read what we're talking about, okay?
Okay.
We're-
Mr. Chairman, can I please finish, and then we'll get to this part, because we're about to spiral out of control.
That's why I wanna finish the reading so that,
If you would, sir.
No, we can do the rest of the reading.
I think we're gonna read the rest of this resolution, and then you can help us, okay, sir? Please proceed.
Item 3, the Henderson County
Before we
Fiscal
get started,
Court.
I'm sorry. Copies of this resolution are available outside. Everybody should have had an opportunity to get one. I'd recommend reading it.
There wasn't enough copies.
Okay? So, when this meeting is over and you need a copy, you need to let staff know, okay?
We need agendas, or the agenda and the resolution.
Okay.
There wasn't.
All right. Remind me later on in the meeting to let people know again how they can keep in touch with this process as it moves forward, okay? Mr. Bishop.
Jennifer's going to run and make some copies while I'm finishing
Good.
reading.
We need the agenda and the resolution, please. How many other people need it? Okay, better make a dozen or two. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Bishop, please.
The Henderson County Fiscal Court hereby further directs and requests the Henderson City County Plan Commission, in compliance with applicable laws, to hold at least one fact-finding public hearing after notice as required by KRS Chapter 424 to gather testimony and evidence sufficient to originate a text amendment to the zoning ordinance which would constitute comprehensive WEX regulations in accordance with the goals and objectives of the comprehensive plan, as the same may possibly be amended as soon as practical after the necessary fact-finding public hearings. The Henderson Fiscal Court hereby directs and requests the Henderson City County Plan Commission to originate said text amendment and hold public hearing therein pursuant to KRS 100-211 subsection 3 after notice as required by KRS Chapter 424 for a proposed adoption by the Henderson County Fiscal Court. Item 4, from the adoption of this resolution until action by the Henderson County Fiscal Court on the text amendment in numerical paragraph 1 herein above, the Henderson County Fiscal Court, the Henderson City County Plan Commission, the Henderson County Board of Zoning Adjustment the Henderson County Codes Administrator or any other department, subdivision, agency, board, or commission of Henderson County government shall neither accept nor process any application for rezoning conditional use permits, building permits, or other types of applications for industrial scale WEX projects, towers, and installations. The provisions of this resolution are severable, and if any provisions or parts thereof shall be held invalid or unconstitutional or inapplicable to any other person or circumstance, such invalidity, unconstitutionality, or inapplicability shall be affect or impair the remaining provision of this resolution. On reading of the foregoing resolution, it is moved by Magistrate Putman, seconded by Magistrate Starks, that all above resolution be adopted, and it was unanimously adopted by the fiscal court.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bishop. So, sir, your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Eric Sprates, and I live at 3480 Holloway Lane here in Henderson.
Very good. Do you promise?
Last name, please.
It is S-P-R-A-E-T-Z. And my first name, Eric, is spelled E-R-I-C-H.
Thank you. And your address again, please.
3480 Holloway Lane here in Henderson.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir?
Yes.
Okay, please
Yeah.
proceed.
And I have I think a relevant question here. This isn't everything that I wanted to say, but I understand from what you guys are saying here right now, the moratorium is intended to slow the process down so that the proper codes can be written. Is that correct?
Yes.
Does that mean that the decision has already been made to move forward with wind turbines?
No.
If the only thing that's left is writing the codes, then it sounds like that decision may have already been made.
As I said earlier, the possibility of a prohibition is on the table as well.
Okay.
The only thing we're approving basically is personal or individual systems that you would have on your own home.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
understand that.
That's the only thing we're approving for, or talking about tonight.
And that would be approved piecemeal and on a case-by-case basis, right? Because it may be appropriate for one property, but not for another.
Well, I think each one will have to get a permit for their, but
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
making it possible that people can apply for that, and then that we can go through the process.
It's hard to hear over this. So are you specifically talking about the personal, the small scale? Yes,
Yes.
that's
Yeah, that'd be an individual decision for each property.
correct.
Yeah.
So like, for example, if you were to come to get a permit for a garage, same scenario. You come into county codes, get a permit for the
Right.
wind turbine that's 50 feet or less.
Okay. And then for the big project, then we're looking at whether or not we're going to approve moving forward with the project. Right now, the moratorium puts a hold on it until July 1st. So I would suggest that's not very much time, but.
Well, as it was approved by fiscal court before they sent it to us to make a recommendation.
Okay.
So tonight, we're considering how long this moratorium should last.
Okay, well, my suggestion is that it probably be a year and a half, 2 years at the very
Thank you,
least.
sir. That's
Mr.
you-
Chairman, may I add something?
Yes.
So to the previous gentleman's comment about letting people speak, if for some reason I lost where he went, I'm sorry. But if for some reason, thank you, if you start talking about, infrasound or anything like that, even if it's said here tonight and you're heard, it does not count towards the next meeting. This is solely going to address what was sent to by the fiscal court. So just understand, if you say that and it doesn't somehow reflect in the document tonight, that comes at the second meeting and possible, most likely more meetings that we'll hold for the technical issues, for the comprehensive ordinance. I just didn't want you to think it was being ignored. It just, we can't accept it because it's not what we're looking at tonight.
But you can say that.
Yes, if you say it, it's still in the record, still goes in the minutes, but it's just not testimony related to this specific resolution.
I'm just asking for everybody to be heard.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. First of all, we need to go back to the guidelines that we passed at the beginning.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
on
Counselor.
your speaking rules, do you want to ask if there are any attorneys?
Yes, that's where I'm going with this. As the rules that we passed here earlier tonight said, attorneys are going to speak first. Do we have an attorney here this evening that would like to speak in favor of the moratorium? We have none? Do we have any attorneys here this evening who'd like to speak on the other side? Is that a hand back there? Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, this may be an appropriate time to read the letter I received from an attorney that represents Ms. McConaughey, if that's agreeable to the
I think that
chairman.
would be, that would follow our guidelines. Yes,
Okay.
please. We're going to get to y'all, okay? Go ahead, Mr. Bishop.
Okay. This is sent to us by Laureen R. White, Esquire, Henderson City County Plan Commission, 1990 Barrett Boulevard, Suite C, Henderson, Kentucky 42420. Dear Plan Commission members, I have been retained by Deidre McConaughey to provide this letter in support of an extension of the moratorium on wind energy conversion systems for Henderson County, Kentucky. On July 22nd, 2025, the Henderson County Fiscal Court voted to impose a moratorium on the filing, processing, reviewing, and acceptance of any applications for rezoning, conditional use permits, building permits, or any other type of applications for industrial scale WEX projects, towers, and installations. This moratorium will expire 1 year on July 1st, 2026. Dr. McConaughey requested an extension of this moratorium to allow Henderson County sufficient time to study and review all aspects of the siting and regulation of WEX projects, towers, and installations, including but not limited to the environmental impacts, the death and disruption of wildlife, noise pollution, visual impacts, health concerns such as wind turbine syndrome, effects of property values, decommissioning, bonding, and economic impact to the county. To conduct a thorough and serious investigation of these issues will require input from experts across many disciplines, as well as the citizens of the county who will be affected by WEX installations. This work will take more than 1 year to accomplish. In addition, this commission and the fiscal court will need to consider legal ramifications. For example, of particular concern regarding installation of wind turbines in the rural landscape of the county is the visual impact to the county as a whole, and indeed neighboring counties due to the height and number of turbines that may be installed. To consider this concern, this commission and fiscal court should know that in 1926, in Euclid versus Ambler Realty, the United States Supreme Court found that zoning is a valid exercise of police power, which local governments use to protect public welfare. Subsequently, in landmark 1954 decision, Berman versus Parker, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld the right of communities to use zoning for aesthetics purposes. Finally, according to Daniel R. Manoker, in his book, Land Use Law, a clear majority of courts held that aesthetics alone is a legitimate government purpose in land use regulation. As this board is well aware, Section 1.01 of the Henderson County zoning ordinance states, the purpose of the ordinance is to promote health and safety, morals, and general welfare of the community, to facilitate orderly and harmonious development and the visual character of the community. To this end, it is important that the Henderson County Fiscal Court and this commission ensure that development of WEX ordinance reflects serious study and that all information regarding these findings is provided in public forums that provide for public comment. The Henderson County Comprehensive Plan points out community involvement is key to ensuring the prosperity and development of the county. As changes occur in the community can merely react to change or anticipate the direct changes that occur. Over the time, the city and county will face many dynamic conditions that eventually contribute to the quality of life and thus improve the city and county through this plan. To end, in the preparation of the eventual writing and approval of the WEX ordinance, my client is requesting the formation of a WEX committee made of at least 1/3 citizen members who can represent residents of the county with personal perspectives and knowledge of the county they live in. Dr. McConaughey requests that this commission instruct the WEX committee to hold open meetings where committee members will engage with the community, both provide information to the public and to obtain recommendations from the citizens. As a community, Henderson County does not have experience with WEX operations. Wind energy installations will impact the community for 30+ years, a time period that demands time now and for the next few years to ensure protection of the next generation of Henderson County residents. On July 22nd, 2025, the Crawford County, Arkansas government took seriously the complicated and long-lasting impacts of wind project that they passed a 5-year moratorium on WEX, allowing them time to complete the study and community outreach that is critical to writing a proper WEX ordinance. Therefore, Dr. McConaughey requests that this commission approve a lengthy moratorium on WEX. Conclusion, under the Henderson County Unified Development Ordinance, this commission has the power to grant extension to the current WEX moratorium based on the information provided Dr. McConaughey requests that this commission grant a moratorium on the filing, processing, review, and acceptance of any applications for rezoning, conditional use permits, building permits, or other type of applications for industrial scale WEX projects, towers, and installations for 5 years, up to and including July 1st, 2030. As shown above, this extension is necessary to protect the health, safety, and general welfare, general welfare of Henderson County citizens and to assure the resulting ordinance regarding WEX request. Wise land use planning that places these industrial facilities in appropriate locations that will not be adversely impact the county. Sincerely, Lorene White.
Thank you, sir. Counselor?
Mr. Chairman, would you consider first asking for people to make testimony on the limited scope of the small scale wind and the length of the moratorium? Then let people say anything they want to. Same people can come back again, but if it's your choice, let's get some concise testimony on what we're gonna have to do tonight, or tomorrow night, or some night.
Okay, thank you. First of all, do we have any other attorneys here this evening that want to address the meeting? Okay. Do we have anyone here this evening who would like to discuss the length of a moratorium?
Yes.
Okay? So I think we're going to do that first. Very good. Sir, I think we already have you
Yes,
sworn
sir.
in.
Yes,
so
sir.
Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure nobody's here with any concerns about the 50-foot. Everyone's here about the big wind turbines.
And
What
that's not-
was just read,
And that's not what we're doing tonight.
all I'm asking is for you as a group, just to hear everyone's concerns on the, let's take it to 5 years.
We're going to.
Even on the 50-foot one, let's take it to 5 years.
We're going to, but the chairman has asked you to first testify about the length of the moratorium
5 years.
and the 50-foot ones. And then stop, and then come back later and talk about everything else.
No, sir, he did not just say the 50-foot ones. He said the length of the moratorium was what was just asked. It was
Yes.
no height on anything, was just, I'll
Okay,
let you speak.
okay.
Thank you. There was no height just discussed just now.
It's up to the chair.
It was,
It's up
yes,
to
sir.
the chair.
Yes, sir. It was, the length of it is what everyone here, I don't think it matters on the height. I think it's the length that we are asking y'all to do these studies.
Okay, so what would you like to tell us?
I would like for everybody to get to speak.
Okay,
I've
good.
already got to throw my 2 cents in.
Very good.
You know,
Yep.
and I'm just asking for y'all to hear everybody, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, would you like
Yes.
for us to start the timer so we can keep track of the 3 minutes?
Okay. Okay, we're going to do the 3 minutes, and then next guy gets 3 minutes, and next person, and we'll do it all over again. We get to 9 o'clock, then the commission will decide if we're going to proceed or come back tomorrow, okay? That's I think that's what we agreed on. Ma'am, your name
Rachel Bray,
and your address?
444 Wedding Lane.
Good, and do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question first. Did we find a naturalist or an environmentalist to join our planning commission so that we can accurately analyze this data for future purposes for this moratorium?
No, we have not yet, because that's what we're trying to do in the period of time the moratorium is going to grant us.
Okay. I have spoken with Audubon Park and their naturalist. She has been very helpful on some information about endangered species and different things in this area, and I believe she would also be very helpful on this committee. I can send you her name and her information. I'm not sure that she would sit on the committee, but that would be a possible place for us to start.
Okay, the committee you referred to does not exist at this point. This is the committee that will consider this testimony.
So you're not going to have an environmentalist or
Yes,
a
we-
naturalist on this committee?
We're gonna ask experts to come forward to speak to the planning commission with you all here with us.
Okay. But you all have the vote, and there's not a naturalist or environmentalist that would be on your committee that would have a vote in the decision-making for this.
No, we'd have to rely on their expertise.
And then you all make that choice.
We would be voting to make a recommendation to fiscal court, whatever we might come up with in the course of this moratorium of some unknown length.
Even our decision goes to fiscal court, which makes the final decision.
Okay.
We just make a
But
recommendation.
I want to
Okay.
hear from experts.
Right. And as far as the personal property, the 50-foot wind turbines, I believe that most people that I've spoken with do not have a problem with people who are using things for personal use on their property. We are not trying to infringe upon our neighbors and their right to use their personal property. Where the issue becomes an issue is when that affects their neighbors. How the use of their land affects the agricultural heritage of Henderson, the environment, and our animals and species in our community. That is where most of the people I've spoken to have issues. So as far as I'm concerned, and most of the people I've talked to, personal use of green energy is fine. It's when we become adamant about allowing other things into our community that are stepping above personal use. That's where Henderson has a problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your name, please, ma'am,
Holly Vincent,
and your address.
1920 Busby Station Road, Roberts.
Okay, do you promise to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Please go ahead.
My first comment is I'm okay with the 50-foot moratorium agreement. I do not agree with extending the one-year moratorium on what has already started. I am a landowner that will be directly affected by and invested in the success of this project. I want to express my continued support for a fair and transparent ordinance development process. The one-year moratorium proposed by fiscal court should be no more than sufficient to perform the necessary fact-finding and diligence to develop wind regulations for Henderson County. When we began dealing with Jason back 2 years ago, it was expressed to us that this process would take anywhere from 5 to 8 years. In that, they had to do the FFA, get approvals for flight patterns. There would be migratory species monitoring. They would monitor wind. That would take anywhere from 3 to 5 years to gather their data, then to put that into their engineering model to see if this project would even be beneficial and cost-effective. A lot of people on social media have expressed concerns about why is it here, why in Western Kentucky. Thank you, Big Rivers. They put the infrastructure in plan already to get produced energy to a valuable market. I probably would be surprised to see how many people here know that a lot of our electricity that lights Henderson County is bought off the grid from other areas that produce it. Knowing the project has been in development within the county for several years, the planning staff has had a jumpstart to educate themselves on the industry and to research other jurisdictions that have successfully implemented wind regulations. These would be Mason County in Illinois, up around Gary and South Bend in Indiana. You could look at Minnesota. The time requested by the fiscal court would provide sufficient time for meaningful collaboration and allows relevant stakeholders, landowners, and it would allow them for the proposed development to move forward without unnecessary delay. Even with all of those studies combined, it's at least 5 to 7 years before any of this could be brought to fruition. By delaying it with a lengthy moratorium, as Dr. McConaughey suggests, of 5 years, that just puts us out farther and puts us farther behind. They could give up on this and take it to Davis County, Ohio County, Union County, go to another way. The loss for Henderson County and jobs in bringing industry.
Okay, guys, folks, please, if we're gonna get through this, we really need to be courteous to
As
each
a
other,
landowner,
okay?
I believe an ordinance
Thank
related
you.
to wind farm development must prioritize and protect our property rights. We should have the ability to make decisions about how our land is used, including entering into agreements that provide economic benefits to our families and the community. I urge you to avoid overly restrictive measures that would limit our ability to, responsibly develop our land. Landowners deserve a role in shaping policies and directly affect our property and our future.
Very good, thank you,
Thank
madam.
you.
And what was her name we put in here?
Holly Vincent.
Holly Vincent?
Holly Vincent.
Your name, sir?
James Franks.
Guys, we're not getting into this. We're gonna have an orderly meeting. We're not gonna have a shouting match, okay?
Okay. We can take a little break here and catch our breath if you want to, or we can push ahead. I think we can push ahead.
Mr. Dixon, can I suggest turning the air on, bring the temperature down a little bit in the room? There's several people who were complaining
I wouldn't
earlier.
mind
and I believe it's in the budget, if you don't mind. Well, we're trying to meet. I understand completely. It's loud but as the temperature rises, just.
Okay.
Maybe a window, if you want to open some windows even.
Yeah,
There's-
we're gonna keep it cool in here, don't worry. So I need your name, sir,
James Franks,
and your address,
2301 Twantoston.
and you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir, I do.
Very good. How can you help us?
I believe your first question is, I need to tell you whether I'm in favor or against 50-foot personal.
That's on the agenda tonight, yes?
I will say that I am against that simply because I don't believe I have had time to review any type of ordinance that's been prepared by yourselves or the physical court. So items such as screening and setbacks and all the same things that you will have to, like you would any ordinance, I don't believe anybody's had time to discuss. So I would have to ask you to vote no toward that at this juncture. I don't have anything against anyone using those things either, but I don't know how we could, and maybe I misunderstood that. I think if you vote yes, it kind of gives carte blanche to me going out there and building whatever I want and putting as close to a property line as I want. Is kind of the way I understood that. Secondly, I've been asked to share on behalf of hundreds, maybe thousands of folks. These are completed petitions of citizens of the county who are against this. I don't know how many boxes there are. I was literally just handed these moments ago, but from what I can tell, they are all filled out fully, and I plan on going through these a little later. I am against the length of the moratorium. I would ask you to consider a total prohibition for this project, but I would also offer an olive branch of 36 months. That's 3 years, 36 months total. And the reason for that is, I think you see on the federal level, lots of these subsidies are being cut. There's lots of information coming out. In your seat, our judge executive negotiated the length of the existing moratorium with a private business owner from Canada who's heading this up. I think that is extremely unethical. I don't believe that anyone in any role should negotiate the length of the moratorium with a private business owner when it only it doesn't take into account the voice of the people. So for myself and for those who've asked me to represent them here tonight, I ask you to tell fiscal court we want a total prohibition for industrial scale wind, and as an olive branch, we'll accept a 36-month moratorium. And that's all I have to say.
One question.
Yes, sir.
The petitions,
Yes.
what are they in favor of or against, or?
All of these are against.
Against what? Against the moratorium, or?
Petition to protect Henderson County, Kentucky from industrial energy projects.
Okay, so they're looking for the complete prohibition.
Yes. Does anybody have a blank one we can share with Mr. Dixon?
Downstairs, I can get
I could read this into the record if you'd like.
Okay, by all means, these are all the packages there, this Those are all separate sheets from separate
They're all
individuals?
separate sheets, so one, two, and it goes
We
on
don't have
and
to
on
count
and
them, but
on.
please read it.
And I will say I have more on my desk at
Okay.
work that I didn't bring. I didn't know that tonight we were gonna be, there. It would be quite interesting, and I am looking forward to kind of tallying these up.
Okay,
But,
we're gonna, of course, take your word that those are separate individuals represented on separate pieces of paper.
And those are all people from Henderson County.
I'd just like to know what the paper says.
Absolutely, absolutely. We, the undersigned residents, property owners, and stakeholders of Henderson County, Kentucky, do hereby petition the Henderson County Fiscal Court and the Henderson City County Planning Commission to take immediate and permanent action to protect our community from the harmful impacts of industrial-scale energy developments, including wind turbines, solar farms, and battery energy storage systems, BESS. We demand the following protections be enacted without delay. Number one, a complete and immediate halt to all current industrial wind turbine and solar energy development projects proposed for Henderson County, including any projects involving Cordelia Power, Bluff Rock Energy, Tenaska, Penn Virginia Operating Company, until full environmental, health, and economic impact assessments are conducted and publicly reviewed. Additionally, we demand the Henderson County Fiscal Court immediately enact an ordinance prohibiting any new green energy development projects, including wind, solar, and battery energy storage systems, until Henderson County Planning Commission has adopted all necessary regulations and restrictions to properly evaluate and oversee such projects. Number two, a 5,280-foot minimum setback for all industrial wind turbines from the property lines of any residential homes, schools, churches, or businesses. Number three, a 2,000-foot minimum setback for all battery energy storage systems, BESS, from any residential structures, schools, churches, or businesses to ensure safety and mitigate risks for fire, explosion, and toxic exposure. You wouldn't think I'd have so much trouble saying battery since I've been saying it for 2.5 years consistency, would you? But whew. Number four, the height of any wind turbine installed in Henderson County must not exceed the current maximum height restriction established for telecommunication towers, which is approximately 200 feet under existing county regulations. Number five, mandatory decommissioning clauses must be required in all leases or permits for industrial wind turbines and battery storage systems. These clauses must include financial bonding to cover full removal of land restoration, a timeline for decommissioning once the equipment is no longer operational, clear assignment of legal and financial responsibility. Number six, that the Henderson County Fiscal Court and the Henderson County Planning Commission commit to the public transparency in all future energy project deliberations with proper notice, accessible hearings, and genuine community engagement. We believe these projects pose serious threats to the public health, safety, property values, and rural character and the rights of the neighboring landowners. We expect our elected officials to use all legal and legislative tools available to oppose a block corporate projects that offer no benefit to the people of Henderson County and thereafter well-being our residents.
Thank you, sir. I would like to have a copy that we can get into the record of tonight's meeting.
Absolutely. Mr. Dixon, one last comment I would like to say. The nice lady who spoke before me, I can fully understand as a property owner how we don't want someone to tell us what to do with our property. But one of the things that she shared sparked a thought that caught my mind was, she said she was talking to a gentleman named Kevin, which I would expect was a representative of the project 2 years ago. I didn't know about wind until 3 months ago, and I've been before you several times. There's no doubt in my mind that someone in the line did, but I do believe there's been real trouble with transparency to the community and advertising to the community. It's probably a better word than transparency. I don't really believe anybody's been intentionally hiding the facts, but getting the word out has been quite difficult, obviously.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Your name
Kristen Crook,
and your address?
16729 Bluff City Road.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Please go ahead.
I just wanted to speak on the length of the moratorium.
Thank you.
It says in here July 1st, which is under a year at this point, and I just ask that you consider a complete prohibition based on some open records that I had acquired, and part of these open records had indicated that, let me get to it, sorry. Sorry. The National Grid shared an American Clean Power Association document that asserts that in most states, solar farms required less than 1 to 2% of existing farmland. And I understand we're not talking about solar here, but we are talking about green energy. And it goes on to state that for green energy, Henderson would be more than double, already is more than double what the national average is right now. So adding the additional wind and everything just takes up more farmland and more property of Henderson County residents. So I asked for a complete prohibition based on that. If that's not acceptable, if there are other reasonings, I ask for a minimum of 2 years. My argument for the 2 years is because during the solar project, which you guys passed the ordinance and then later found out that you didn't have enough information regarding the project, which kind of put you in a bind to go backwards to do the moratorium to collect more data and more information. And on the wind turbines, I understand this is brand new to Henderson. We have no data at this point. And also the 720 feet tall, there, to my knowledge, there's not any that tall in the United States, maybe. So even if we have a comparable study, it might be 400, 500 feet, which these are over 200 feet taller than that. So a minimum of 2 years, if not a complete prohibition, is what I'm asking for.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, your name
Hello, Emily Sprates,
and your address?
3480 Holloway Lane.
And do you promise to tell the
Henderson.
truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, please proceed.
As Barney Fife would have said back in the Andy Griffith Show, I'd like to nip it in the bud. I really think that the individual, first of all, I've got a question. How many individual homeowners have actually asked to have turbines or some sort of, so have there been applications for even one household?
Are you talking about the small scale?
Yeah, small scale.
I cannot speak to that because we don't issue permits for that. It's just what was sent to us. So I cannot answer that.
I would really like to have an answer to that because I'm not so sure as many people are wanting that.
Be the county codes department, is that would be the jurisdiction?
It looks like you would have information about that.
We don't issue permits, so why, I don't have that information. That was included with what was sent to us. We can't go back.
Okay, that's information I think that the public would like to know, if how many people really want this individually to begin with, number one. And number two, if somebody is granted an individual, whatever it is in their yard, that's going to infringe on the neighbors. It's going to infringe on their habitat, their birds, their insects, whatever. So it's not fair to the neighbors. So I'd kind of like to just stop at the beginning and and reconsider whether we even want individual homes to be able to entertain this possibility. I personally am not for it, and I think most people here probably are not for it. Am I right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. So we have to kind of go back to the beginning, take a step backwards, and rethink this whole thing. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am. Your name, sir?
Keith Hudson.
And your address?
10495 State Route 351 East, Henderson, Kentucky.
And do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Very good. Please proceed.
I'll be pretty short and sweet about it. I think that the decision that's made here tonight and for previous meetings completely potentially changes the trajectory of this county and also surrounding counties. It's a really big deal, the decisions that we're coming to. And so I would actually ask for a complete prohibition, and if nothing less, at least a 5-year moratorium. Because, like I said, this totally changes the trajectory of our entire county. I'm not really concerned about the business adventures of people that don't live here. It changes all of our property values. Our whole economy will change, the surrounding environment. People in other counties that don't even have a say in this, it'll affect them too. So at a minimum, I would say a 5-year moratorium, but preferably a complete prohibition. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am. Your name, please?
My name is Deirdre McConaughey,
Your address?
10512 Airline Road, Henderson, Kentucky.
And do you promise to tell the truth,
I
the whole
do.
truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Well, I'm going to try and focus a little differently because what I want to address are some known facts. There's a lot of emotions running high tonight, and you're going to hear a lot of different sorts of things, but I thought it might be helpful, at least from my lived experience, to deal with facts. So what I would like to present, you've already heard the letter from my attorney that covered my request for a 5-year moratorium. I have to add in that we mentioned Crawford County, Arkansas, but indeed the 5 neighboring counties to Crawford also passed lengthy moratoriums, 5 years. And I've also found that there are some moratoriums that are passed that are indefinite. So we have a whole range of options as far as time limit that we can choose for a moratorium. So the facts regarding energy moratorium and when to date, I want to briefly, and I've learned my lesson about not droning on and on. And in fact, this time I brought green folders instead of red. The point being, I've made a few bullet points. What I wanted to do is look at, we currently have a solar, industrial solar array moratorium in place. And I thought, well, let's look at that and see how that has worked out. What can we learn from that? And indeed, 2 years were given to the solar array project. We know less about when than we did about solar. Solar moratorium was given because once these projects were already installed, there were problems that were identified that needed to be addressed, and that's how we came to have a solar moratorium. This is my lived experience. I am very concerned about what is the moratorium for if we don't do study and use it to inform our decisions. And by that, I want to share that I have asked 5 times beginning in January and as recently as July in public forums, including the fiscal court, workshops hosted by the county judge, and a community meeting for specifics about the methodology that is being used. Again, this is the solar current moratorium. What methodology is being used and who would be involved in fact-finding? No methods or persons have been provided. On July 2nd, I sent an email to fiscal court asking the same question. I got no responses. On July 11th, I sent a follow-up email. Then I got smarter and requested acknowledgement of receipt. I got acknowledgement of receipt from 3 individuals and no substantive remarks whatsoever about what constitutes a committee or expert or anything that has been done in this moratorium. I have also discerned that although the specific language of the moratorium says that they are not limited to just the study of the 4 infrastructure problems, there is no appetite, I have never heard mention of the bigger concerns for the Roberts area residents, such as property values, which will also affect our wind moratorium studies, or road damage, which will also affect our wind. So none of that has, beyond the infrastructure, has been discussed. So my question then was, well, who is working on finding answers during this moratorium? And I could go through, but I'm trying to really be brief because there are a lot of people here that want to speak.
You're already over your limit, but go ahead.
Then let me just say that there have been only a few individuals, they are not independent experts, and so they are not doing a good job there. So let me cut to the end of that section. And if it would be better for you, Chairman Dixon, I do have a section very specific about wind, but I'd be happy to wait in line again before I present that. Would that suit you better?
I think that would probably be best.
I think that's fair to people. So I would close this section about, the point is, what's a moratorium for if we do nothing in it? And so far, the moratorium for solar, we have done zero. I mean, zero. And it's 1/4 gone out of the 2 years, right? So you don't get that time back.
Mr. Chairman, may I address something?
Yes.
To Ms. McCarthy's point about the study of the moratorium, that was under the purview of the fiscal court and not the planning commission.
That's
Just so
right.
that everybody knows.
Well, that's right.
Yeah,
I should have
right.
made that
Yeah,
more
sorry.
clear.
Yeah, perhaps
You
I
wanna
should,
file
perhaps I
the
could say
Digger,
that.
Do you want to file your green folder? Well, you're going to testify again.
I think I'll be
Yeah,
back.
okay,
I'll give you whatever I want.
okay. Your name, sir?
My name is Herb Pritchett. My address is 1107 North Forest Oak here in Henderson, Kentucky.
You promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman and members of the commission, esteemed staff, Lee Iacocca, you all may well remember, came up with a Mustang. He led Chrysler through bankruptcy and resurrected Chrysler. I read his biography, and he said, when you have all the facts, you've taken too long to make a decision. There is a time when you have enough facts to guide you in your decision. So I would ask the commission, first of all, to remember that quotation. Don't try and get every fact. Just get enough so you can make a decision. I'm here to support the moratorium of 1 year. I'm not here to support the moratorium going longer than 1 year. I live in Palm Desert, California in the winter. It's next to the 3rd largest wind farm in the country. It's been there 40 years. Almost 40. There are 76,000 wind turbines in 45 states in this country. This is not a new thing. There is data out there that I think is easily retrievable within the year that you have. I would say one final thing. I had an office in Clarksville, Tennessee. When I opened that office in early 1990, Montgomery County had 85,000 people. When I retired and closed that office, they had built not 1, not 2, but 3 bypasses around Clarksville because it had grown. There are now 246,000 people in Montgomery County, Tennessee. People, when they graduate from high school and Austin Peay University, their children have jobs in Clarksville. Their grandchildren have jobs in Clarksville. Change is inevitable. It is progress that is optional. So I would urge the commission to expeditiously do its research and then report to the fiscal court so this community can move forward and do whatever the governing bodies think are appropriate for it. I thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, very good. I think we
Okay,
have. I think we've got her sworn in.
Yeah,
Please.
I'm Christina Geary. I live on Restream. I got chicken scratches all over this where I've been writing down questions on what people have been saying. My question.
Can you pull the microphone down? Make sure- and everybody, feel free to adjust that when you're up there. We can hear that.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. My question on the 50-foot approval. I'm a little hesitant to say yay on this for the simple fact wouldn't this already a permit approved anyways if somebody decided they want it already? Is this going to, it's a multiple thing, it's
At
a,
this point, that has not been something that's been allowed in the county, so to the best of my knowledge, there have been 0 permits for that. I can
probably
tell you-
because somebody didn't know that they could build, you know, one of those traditional,
I
like,
can't speak to
small.
that. There's 46,000 people in there.
So, question is this already something that somebody could have already built in their country home anyways? Now it's coming to the point of being approved for a 50-foot for this amount of whatever wattage. Is it going to be for a particular style? And that's going to open the door for the 750-foot ones because we allowed 50. Why don't we go higher and make it a big thing without doing the work on how different types affect the environment with the vibrations and all that other jazz I don't know about, I've just heard. Going back to the population thing, the other gentleman, Henderson's been declining in population in the last 40, 50 years. I mean, at one point, we were technically a city of over 50,000 people. Now, I think the last census that I looked up, we got 35,000 people roughly, and majority of those are under 20. The other thing is the communication on what y'all do. I didn't even know about the solar panels until the windmill thing started popping up, and I've been seeing pictures of the hideous fields of so communication really needs to be done better with y'all, because that's something big that everybody should know about. We're in Tornado Alley. You know, how's these things going to stand up against our type of weather, because we don't have California weather. I don't think they've got tornadoes in California, so that would be a big thing to look at. It's just a lot of things that we're not being told. We're having to do the work to let y'all know, and then I'm hearing things that is y'all, the communication is just like there's none.
Okay.
So my big thing is, apparently there's been 2 years to try to gather up information about windmills. This whole windmill community I've only heard about it for the last 3 months. And apparently this has been going on for, almost 2 years. And there's been no community, planning commission to get information. There's no environmentalist.
Okay.
There's no.
Excuse me a second, okay?
Yeah.
You're over your time. But I think maybe a good time to address, since we have a good crowd here, what folks can do to stay in the loop as we move forward.
So,
as we discussed at the last meeting, and probably the meeting before that, but let's do it again.
Yeah, because I mean, there was like newspapers, because there's a lot of people who don't get on Facebook, they still get the newspaper.
Okay.
So yeah.
We're gonna try to explain this, okay?
So a couple things. The solar, I think you misspoke. Wind has not been under consideration for 2 years. The solar moratorium that Ms. McCarthy, that is what was 2 years. That is what the fiscal court passed.
Well, I was talking about with this. This wasn't the windmill. We've got a year or something.
That is what the fiscal court sent to us in their resolution.
So is that starting today is going to be the year, or are we already into
They started
the year?
the clock on July of 25. So it's actually less than a year, because they held the meeting on July 22nd. They backdated it to July 1st. So it was already under a year then. So then they sent it to us. We went above and beyond advertising of what we're legally required to do, exponentially more than what we're required to do. So we've done our best to try to get it out. We share it and the Gleaner. We shared on the Hendersonian, our Facebook page. We're open to suggestions on how to do it better,
Yeah.
believe me.
Well, that's
But
what I
one
was
thing-
concerned about, is because I didn't even hear about the solar panels until the windmill thing
Well,
started
but-
coming up, and it's like.
But hear me out on that. So those all went through legal
So-
proceedings as well. They were all public notices, they were all public hearings, just like this. Now, there may be an argument that the Gleaner's not as good as it once was of letting people know about stuff. We can't really address that. But going forward, what we would suggest is if you'll see this QR code, if you scan this, you can go straight to our website. Jennifer, you care to hit
See,
escape? No,
that's another thing, you know, you're looking at elderly people who don't
Well, okay, so.
have that, so that's what my concern is.
Well, okay, so hear
'Cause
me
my
out.
mother doesn't know how to do that.
Okay, so we have
and she
advertised
lives
within
out
the
that way.
Gleaner and the Classifieds. We have started advertising in the Hendersonian. We share it on social media.
Okay.
We are open to suggestions. What else would you like for us to do to get the word out?
I don't know, it's just like I said,
Okay.
with this, I'm glad that it's out and it's getting around, but I missed the whole deal with the solar panels.
I tell you,
so,
if you
yeah.
scan this QR code, it's gonna take you to this website. So if you look in that upper right-hand corner, Jennifer, if you would, please type notify in the search. Yep, this is the easiest way to get to it. If you just type notify and then drop down. Yep, yep, sorry, go back one then, or notifications right there. Yep. So you can go in and select this option and then pick which meetings you want to be notified. You will get the agendas text directly to you or sent to your email.
Okay.
So,
Has anybody here been using this by chance?
I didn't even know, no.
I'm asking the rest of the
Yeah,
crowd.
so,
Anybody else here
yeah.
been using this? Does it work? Thank you.
Okay.
I'd encourage other people, if there are other ways that people can stay in the loop.
yes, absolutely. Feel free to, you can call the Planning Commission. We share it on our Facebook page, advertising the Gleaner and Hendersonian now, and we're open to suggestions.
What's the phone number of the Planning Commission office, please?
270-831-1289.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry,
89.
89, okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Your name, sir?
I haven't been up here yet, but my name's Caleb Miller, and I currently live in town.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Caleb, C-A-L-E-B,
Thank
Miller.
you.
Okay,
I
and you,
currently live in town, but I am working on closing on a home out in Roberts.
what's your address, sir, right now?
Current address is 1421 Oak Street, Henderson, Kentucky. It's the
Very
current
good.
address.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so where I'm at on this is I'm with this gentleman back here in the third row that had shared earlier. I just want you, we all, I'm speaking for everyone in this room minus one, because none of us wants this here. We want to leave this county to its rich agricultural heritage that this county has been known for. We've already lost 4,000 acres of it to solar panels. That's 4,000 acres our farmers can't make money on every year. You know, that's 4,000 acres that these people from who knows where are getting to capitalize on. But yet the little man's getting screwed. The little man's us and our farmers. As a part of the farming community, we're the ones that are getting screwed by this. And we're the ones that are going to continue to lose land as y'all start putting these turbines in, if it gets allowed. So what I'm asking for is you guys to extend the moratorium, hopefully by a minimum 3 years, preferably 5, to give you guys time to get a naturalist and everyone in here to do the research and look at the land and what this is going to do to the land, how much more farmland we're going to continue to lose, to where our little guys that are using this as their way of life to provide for their kids and their grandkids, you know, this, because, you know, you might take land from somebody and that might be his grandkids' way to college. They don't have it no more. You know, it's things that you guys got to look at as well. You know, not just to, oh, well, you know, we can make X amount off this if we put, you know, X amount of turbines out here. You know, I just want you guys to look at this and fair consider it. You know, look at it, weigh all your options. You know, look, if we do this, this is where it's going to negatively affect our people, and this is where it's going to positively affect the 15 or 20 that it might positively affect. And I'm also asking for a complete prohibition on this. You know, because Roberts it's hideous. It's not even, I don't even want to drive out there anymore because the solar panels have ruined it. So I'm just asking all of you guys that are sitting on this planning commission to do your due diligence and work, put time, put the research, put the effort and the hours in to make this work and make it right for your citizens in your county.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am, your name?
Sharon Bum,
And your address?
2321 Alvis Ferry Road, Henderson, Kentucky.
Thank you. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Could you please spell your last name?
B-U-M-B.
Thank you.
I think
Go ahead, ma'am.
anybody that's driven through Roberts, Kentucky has seen the evidence of the neglect that the Henderson County or the Henderson City people have put on Roberts, Kentucky. It is disastrous out there. And the studies, the so-called studies, they were disastrous because we have living proof. You can go out there and drive around that these developments like the solar and the wind and everything like that has not been studied enough or has been neglected in their studies. Absolutely, the solar has, because Roberts is suffering from it. You've destroyed that community. Let's not destroy the rest of the county. And I call a prohibition on all of that energy. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Your name, please,
My name is Cindy Bickwormer,
and your address?
14834 Highway 1078 South Henderson, and I swear to tell the truth.
Very good. That's all I need.
Okay. Well, I would just like to ask that the Planning Commission and the board members, that before y'all begin to write any kind of ordinance on wind turbines, to please ride through Roberts and look at the solar panels, and then to also take a road trip wherever you can find a wind turbine that is close to 720 foot. Because I have not found any evidence of there being any that tall in the United States. I can't find them. They might be there, but I'm just concerned. Roberts is a mess. I just don't want to make it as bad or worse anywhere else in Henderson. And I'm against the 50-foot wind turbines all the way up to 720 foot. I think they're just not good. They just look terrible, and I just don't think there's enough known about the effects of all of it. And so I'm just would appreciate it if y'all would just really look at what the county is going to look like if it's continued. Thank you.
Thank you. Your name, ma'am?
Good evening. My name is Shannon Hill. I live at 16751 Bluff City Road, Henderson, Kentucky.
And do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
First thing is I also am against the turbines for personal use. Same thing, as Mr. Frank said, I don't believe that we have had the opportunity to look at an ordinance or to see the requirements or how it would affect neighbors. So when Deidre asked, or someone had asked if there had been any applications, or what is the process if someone wanted to put in a personal.
Since I'm not the county codes administrator, I will give you my best answer, not probably the most
Okay.
accurate answer. At this point, it would not be allowed because it's not a permitted or conditional use listed in the zoning ordinance.
Okay, so then what would have to happen?
This process right here, to change the zoning ordinance to allow for it.
Okay, so, but if the planning commission votes to do a moratorium as well, or that would include the 50-foot turbines, then that could be done tonight as well.
We could make that recommendation.
You could make the recommendation, correct. Yeah, so the language in the resolution mentions that they will be able to continue to be processed in the current manner. As Brian mentioned, we don't have a current process for allowing those, and so the current manner that we don't have that process. So as he did mention, it would go the same kind of route here where we would create a portion of the zoning ordinance allowing for that, whether it's under conditional use, allowable use, the zone, all of that stuff that we do for uses in each zone in the county.
Yes, I'm asking that the Planning Commission make a recommendation to include whatever recommendation that you make for large scale as well for small scale.
Ms. Hill, I want to make sure I'm paraphrasing. You
Yes.
want to include the small scale in the moratorium?
Correct.
Okay. understood.
Correct.
And that is within our purview, Counselor, is that correct?
To recommend.
To recommend,
We
yes.
can make that recommendation, yes.
Yes. I mean, based on all the testimony that you've heard so far this evening, also based on past with the debacle with Roberts and the solar and not knowing how it's going to affect everyone from here forward. Another thing I just thought of was you said if anyone had a suggestion on helping with getting information out,
Yes, ma'am.
especially when it's pertaining to maybe very important, public comment. Because I do know that everyone does not do Facebook, everyone does not have newspaper. Maybe you could think about stuffing something in, or having something stuffed in electric bills, or some type of bill, or some type of piece of mail
Yeah.
that everyone gets.
Yeah, well, good idea. The county water and those folks do that. The problem is KU, Kenergy, and all those guys, we're at their mercy. So even if we send it to them, I don't know if they'll do it or not. I mean, I like the idea. I just can't guarantee it'll work.
Okay, so then maybe get some people together to think out of the box, to try to
Yes.
come up with some other ideas.
But
I'm not familiar with all of the workings with Henderson, of other ways, but there has to be ways to be able to get the information out there. Whether it's, okay, send flyers home with kids at school, or colleges, or work, businesses, Chamber of Commerce. There has to be other ways to be able to get that information out there. So
Certainly open to
that's-
suggestions.
So
Yep.
that's
Okay.
just some suggestions.
Okay, I
Okay.
think your time has passed, ma'am.
Okay.
Would you like to come back?
I will come back.
Good, thank
Because
you.
I haven't even addressed that, so,
Good.
thank you.
Yes, sir, your name, please?
Nick Womack.
Okay.
Live at 6572 Adams Lane.
Very good. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sure do.
Very, very good.
So,
Thank you, sir.
I am for a more extensive permitting process for individual use.
Okay.
Whether that be permits or whatever for 50 foot or lower. I am for a complete prohibition on anything besides individual use in this county. Couple reasons. We got enough, period. Second reason, I don't think this county has enough money to fix all the roads that are going to be tore up. Okay, we're talking about lots of concrete, huge cranes. I'm in the trucking business. We're talking about 20-plus loads of oversized loads. We're not talking about solar panels that are fitting in a 53-foot box van trailer. We're talking about serious logistical issues. How many miles are in this county of roads? There's probably 100 out here where we're talking about this wind turbine stuff. Do y'all have $70+ million to fix this? So we got some serious problems that y'all need to be thinking about. And so I think we got enough green energy. I think you need an extensive permitting process for individuals. And I think you need a prohibition. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Your name, sir?
My name is Gary Bushry. I live at 18045 Boswell Road, Henderson County.
You promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to see the I'd like it to be extended out to at least 5 years. My personal reason is the solar flash, or the flash from the turbines. I'm on solar, and I got 3 of these wind turbines going to be around my farm. And I've got to figure out how to reduce the cost, that it's going to reduce the amount of power that my solar system makes. Right now, I don't pay hardly any utility bill. But if these start causing shadows on my solar panels, I got problems. And it's going to do it in the morning and in the evenings. We got to figure out some way to reduce it, and I need time. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Your name, sir?
David Baird.
And your address?
4630 North Pleasant Valley Road.
Very good.
Roberts.
You promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
First thing I'm just for a complete prohibition on the whole windmill thing, whole green energy thing. And I hear a lot of people, to include our county judge, saying, well, it's a question of property rights. Well, I'm pretty sure this county has enough ordinances limiting my property rights to choke an elephant. So don't tell me it's about property rights. If that's the case, then we need to get rid of this. We just need to get rid of all the ordinances then. So that argument can't be played. On the 50-foot thing, and I'm not against, if somebody wants a 50-foot windmill by their house. I think it's going to be pretty useless other than something decorative, but I'm not against that. However, I've had enough experience with companies that either chase grants, tax incentives, things that make me very leery of them. And the first thing that popped into my head was, if I was them, I'd go out here and put me a 50-foot wind turbine up somewhere. Then, depending on how things, at least that gets me something out there that I could maybe use to grandfather in later. And stuff like that's been done a lot. So I'm either include the all wind turbines in the prohibition, or specifically somehow state that a 50-foot wind turbine cannot be used to grandfather in something bigger. Just something to think about.
Mm-hmm. Anything else, sir? Okay, thank you. Would anyone else here like to take their first turn to speak tonight? Yes, ma'am. Your name, please?
Jenny Brimmer.
Okay, your address?
It's 9234 Ridgewood Road.
Okay, and do you promise to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Good, thank you.
Brimmer, Bremer. I'd like to kind of tag on what David said about the 50-foot turbines. My concern is that that's just a loophole to get their foot in the door, so I would be against having those as well. My question is, other than the landowners, what benefit do these bring to Henderson County?
Well, that's something we would hope to learn moving forward. Those are big questions we're going to ask.
So, but we don't know that today.
I can't tell you that today, no.
So there's no benefit to Henderson County
I didn't
other
say
than
that.
the landowners.
I didn't say that. I said I don't know what that benefit might be.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anybody else want to take their first turn? Okay, we'll go around again then. Please proceed. Okay, thank you, sir.
I really am going to make this quick. So here's some facts. Here's what we know about wind energy in Henderson County. facts. On July 8th fiscal court meeting, Tim Volk, am I pronouncing that right, sir? Volk, V-O-L-K? V-O-U-G-H-T. Who is the Vice President of Development for Cordelia Power. He spoke at that fiscal court meeting, and he said that his company began leasing land rights for the development of wind turbine installation 2 years ago, roughly. I'm going to leave out a bullet point, I'm working with you here, and skip to what he said. When asked what studies Cordelia had performed to answer some of the community's concerns, Mr. Vogt stated, "We have not done any studies to date." Mr. Vogt stated that Cordelia was asking for an ordinance. This is really about tonight, because we want this moratorium to give us time to develop a proper ordinance, right? Mr. Vogt stated that Cordelia was asking for an ordinance to be developed to help us understand what our siting requirements will be, and that they need a finite timeline for their investment team. Mr. Vogt stated that a 24-month moratorium would be unreasonable. Mr. Vogt made the specific request that an ordinance be in place by the end of this year. Judge Snyder responded, "I can't see why we can't have that before the end of the year." To further advance Mr. Vogt's desired timeline, Cordelia Power wrote a 4-page ordinance themselves that was shared with the judge and the Planning Commission.
No. Staff, Planning Commission staff.
Staff, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Thank you for the correction. That's right.
Yes.
Although Cordelia has operated in the city for 2 years and has an office downtown, they have failed to hold one community public open meeting to work with residents. But lo and behold, now that we have some vocal residents that have emerged throughout the summer, this September 16th, in days, they will be holding their first open house at the Preston Arts Center. So, I want to say, in conclusion, that votes for this commission is duty-bound to the citizens of the county and should not be pressured or bullied to act in any way or by any timeline that would jeopardize the interests of those citizens. And those are the facts that we have heard in open public record.
Very good. I thought there
Hello
was
again.
I thought there was a. Okay. Thank you, sir. You'll get your time. Thank you. Yes,
Mine
ma'am.
will be quick. I forgot to use the term gaslighting in my first speech. And I feel like allowing the 50-foot individual homes to have their wind turbines or whatever they're going to use is just an opening for it to go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I really want prohibited for even individual homes, and especially since I found out that there may not be anybody that's even requested anything like that at this point. I'd like to know that information. I can see everybody's getting tired. So. Anyway, that's gaslighting. I don't want gaslighting in my town.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, sir.
My name is John Green. I live 1719 Highway 416 West. That's not Roberts. I'm about 1.5 miles east of Niagara.
Okay.
I've seen what they...
You promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Best I can.
That's all we need. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
I seen what happened in Roberts. I heard about it for a while, how bad it was, but words cannot describe it. There's no way to put it in words how bad it is, because I was taken around and looked at it. And I don't know, an abomination is what I said. It's worse than sin. And it reflects on our government and some of the landowners, but it's their land. I mean, I'm friends with some of them, but I don't want it here in at our place in Niagara. I've seen what it done to Roberts, and anybody that can look at Roberts and not be woke up by that, something is badly out of whack. I don't know if it's about money or what. Something badly out of whack. And Roberts was a very nice community. Of course, they closed the school, that took it down. But the land in Roberts is some of the best laying and some of the best land in Henderson County. I have to say, overall, it's better than Niagara, where I live, overall. Not every bit of it. It will never be the same. The most valuable and best asset this country has is its farmland. I was raised in remodeling and building. I built some of the houses around and stuff too. People have to have some houses. But I am for a complete prohibition. But if my understanding is right, this meeting is not about whether Cordelio can come in here or not. This meeting was about what our so-called judge and so-called magistrates sent to the Planning Commission to address rights of individuals to have wind up to 50 feet. Is that correct or close?
That is what was sent to us.
That was what was sent to you by, right.
That and the moratorium.
Yes.
And moratorium.
What you're referring to, they sent, is called small-scale WEX.
Yeah. Now, does that go for individuals or corporations allowed 50-footers too?
What was sent to us specifically says for individual property owners.
Okay, so this is not about corporations?
No, it's for under 5 kilowatts.
Okay.
So, and that also says it cannot be sold back to the grid.
Okay. Well, as far as the overall picture, like most of us here are concerned about, no, I'm in for complete prohibition of the corporate. We don't even know anything about those corporations, how solvent they're going, how long they're going to last, how legitimate. They called me wanting one of my farms. They got an X on one of my farms as if I already agreed to it. I told them, no, I'm not interested. But I think they're shady. Going by that, that's a little bit shady in itself. But as far as the individual, I haven't heard anybody say anything about, and I don't know either. I've just heard things that they're noisy. If an individual puts up a 50-foot windmill and it's noisy enough to disturb any neighbor, it shouldn't be allowed. And if they can put up 10, and it's not only noisy, but it's visually unpleasant, that takes away from the appeal of your property. People talk about losing property values. That's not just a monetary. I don't consider property value as only monetary. It's the appeal of your property, the peace and quiet, the landscape, your atmosphere, your neighbors, and the type of neighbors that you have, and how it complements the other property or takes away from it. So I would say, in regard, if you want to hear some input on the 50-foot deal, if anything's noisy, whether it's individual, especially corporate, don't let it here. Do you want us to put go get a train whistle and mount it to a piece of property right beside anywhere y'all live and just fire it up and just blast it right at your house? That's what you would deserve if you allow that to happen.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Say my name again, or no?
No, you're fine.
Okay,
We got
so
you.
I just have I had something else, but my question is, in regards to the individual, not, I guess, industrial on the small WEX. So could one of the leasees, like her, who is here tonight, she could put a 50-foot wind tower on her property?
You're talking about what was sent to us from fiscal court?
Correct.
She could put one on her personal property.
Correct. But if she has already signed a lease for the Rock Bluff Energy Project, which is going to entail wind, BESS, solar, and more new transmission lines, then they could possibly benefit with the 50-foot.
No. Not as this is written, because it says it cannot be sold back to an outside agency.
So it could
for
only be for their
personal use.
own personal use?
Correct.
Okay. I just have a quick question on language, because language seems to be very, very important. Definition, the difference between windmill and wind turbine, and whether or not that's going to be a 50-foot limit on the windmill or a wind turbine. I think that needs to be, because if it's going to be a turbine, what's the difference between a windmill and wind turbine on how they affect the environment and whatnot, and what they put out?
Mr.
I
Chairman?
think that needs to be
Does the
in the,
resolution make reference
in the
to-
wordings, because, I mean, if it's,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So
Does the
as-
resolution make reference to a windmill?
What it does under definition, WEX, all necessary devices that together convert wind energy into electricity and deliver that electricity to a utilities transmission line. So it's covering any device that's used to collect wind and then convert it to electricity.
so it can be an either or.
I'm sorry?
It can be an either or.
That's the way I read this, yes.
Okay, so 50 foot, how tall is 50 foot? You know, that needs to be, because a lot of people don't have that concept of actually how high 50 foot is. Because I've seen videos of watching truckers, because I follow a lot. I love truckers. I got a lot of truckers in my family. Watching them transport just the one blade of a wind turbine, and it takes several trucks to tote this thing around and cuts off the whole. So putting these things in, are there going to be new roads that are going to have to go to these properties? What's the cost in that and whatnot? But yeah, if it's going to be either or, I don't think if there should be any language that will grant any easeways on this. So a no-go on any of that until a deep dive on how turbines is different from actual windmills and how it's going to affect for the 50 foot on up.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir.
Got a question here. The 50-foot height,
Mhm.
is that the top blade, or is that the center of the blade?
As I understand it, top of blade.
Top of blade, so that would be
That it would be the turbine's most upright position.
right? Okay, it's 50 feet, all right. Because that would be more like, well, a lot of these, as you say, windmills that you see around the farmers, that you pump water or whatever. That's close to what those are height, those are.
Make sure Mac talks to the mic. Mac, would you make sure you're speaking into the mic, sir?
All right.
Yep.
Well, I was just saying, I mean, that 50 feet would be comparable to probably the height of a lot of those. I don't think they're much more than, well, I mean, they're maybe a little less than that, but there could be 30, 40 feet, possibly most of the that I've seen around.
But that could be a recommendation.
Right.
Be defined 50 foot.
Right.
Okay.
Questions? More questions?
So my understanding of Mr. Arnold's comment is that the 50 foot would be comparable to what's currently used for farms, like for pumping water. Am I understanding correct?
That's what I was thinking. I mean, the ones I've seen have been used for, water pumping, right?
And you're addressing the young lady's comment about what that 50 foot looks like?
Right.
Correct, okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. Sir, you'd like to speak again?
Yes. I just want to kind of clarify and make sure everybody's understanding what I'm thinking when I was, my issue with the 50-foot wind turbines. And those potentially being used if I was a Cordelio, then if I could go out on somebody's farm that signed a lease, put up a 50-foot wind turbine, and then what that would gain me potentially, and I don't know if you get a good attorney, you can prove anything. So that would let them say, all right, we broke ground on a certain date prior to maybe, Trump's drop dead date on giving out the incentives and the grants. And so that's my concern is it somehow gets used, and if they can find somebody that has signed a lease with them, let them put up a 50-foot, and then that gives them some kind of bargaining chip out there in the future possibly. And so for that, I'm just kind of against it. It may not happen, but anything's possible. And I think we've seen anything's possible and we don't like it. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Back again. These are just a couple comments for you guys and one or two questions. Once again, thank you guys for essentially sitting on the hot seat and hearing everything that your county residents have to say about this. So thank you guys. But where my question lies is why is these spineless Rock Bluff bigwigs and Cordelio bigwigs, why are they not made to sit in here and hear us and face the heat? They're kicking it back on our county people. That's another, I've been sitting back here thinking about that, which don't get me started on Brad Schneider because I ain't got no use for him as far as I can throw him, and that ain't very far. So, but as far as you guys go, I don't understand if anybody can answer that. Why are they not being made to sit in here and hear this and hear everyone come up here and, the emotions get involved, everything get tied into it? Why are they not being forced to sit up here again in front of all of us and hear it from the people in the community that they're potentially fixing to ruin? If maybe somebody can answer that.
I can jump in there. One, there is a rep here. That's the gentleman right there. And then the other thing is there's no application for them to come to the Plan Commission, so we have no legal recourse to force them here. Once they submit an application, how the ordinance shakes out, whether it's a rezoning, site plan application, then they have to come to the Plan Commission. But at this point, we're just looking at what the fiscal court sent us, and that's a broad generalization for anybody, anywhere.
Okay, and just to be clear, because I'm pretty sure I've got it right, you are an attorney for the county, for us,
No,
right?
I'm the director of the Plan Commission. This is
Okay.
our attorney.
For
Okay.
the planning commission.
Okay, cool deal. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. And I appreciate you for helping all of us as well. But, and just touching back on it a little bit, I feel like these guys need to come in here and they need to hear this, even in the beginning stages. They need to be hearing this from a community that they're about to possibly ruin. They don't. That's the problem. They're spineless bigwigs that are after Brad Schneider and whatever money and kickbacks they can get. That's what they're after.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, I've already been up here one time earlier.
Yes.
And I just wanted to share a little bit of information that I was able to find very quickly. Cordelia Power has a website, and it's cordeliapower.com. So you can find a lot of information about them. One of the things that they say on their website is Cordelia is 100% owned by the Canada Pension Plan Investment Board. So that kind of led me to take a look at the Canada Pension Plan Investment Board. And they also have a website, and basically it starts off with investing for Canadians. For more than 25 years, CPP Investments has been working to grow the Canadian Pension Plan Fund to help build a strong financial foundation for more than 22 million Canadians. And so I think one of the things that we need to make sure we're doing as we go through the moratorium period is the due diligence on exactly what the business relationships are, who we're working with, because for me that seems to be kind of a red flag, that it appears that basically everything, all of the bad is here and the good is going to Canada. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Your name, please?
Roy Mike Levine,
Okay, your address?
17801 Boswell Road.
Okay, do you promise to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Good, thank you, sir.
I basically got a couple of questions I'd like to ask. They call it Rock Bluff Energy. Do anybody have any idea where Rock Bluff is?
I think we just learned something about where the company's located. But
I mean, does anybody know where Rock Bluff is?
I cannot
didn't think
speak to
so.
that.
Second of all, what do they bring it to Henderson County? When they bring all these windmills, I mean, are they offering any jobs? I mean, are there gonna be, what are they offering? Why are y'all considering letting them come here? I mean, I guess there's no answers for that.
We're here to listen to everybody, okay, everybody's opinions, and make a recommendation to
Okay,
the
well,
fiscal
I
court.
mean, my opinion about like the rest of the people here, I don't care for them, but, I mean, what are they bringing, offering Henderson County, we the people of Henderson County? They're putting all these solar panels up as they talk about in Roberts. Then they want to do all these windmills in Edwardsville and Niagara. But what are they bringing to the community, Henderson County? Just a question, I thought I'd ask.
Okay, thank you, sir. Your name, please, ma'am?
My name is Jennifer Nally, and I am from Union County, your sister county.
Okay, your address, please?
My address is 430 Ed Ricketts Road, Morganville, Kentucky. We just had a tornado in May,
Okay.
and that tornado tore everything up. So
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
I
but the
do.
truth? Very good.
my heart goes out to all of you. All of you. I've been through Roberts, and I've seen it, and I realize that there's money, there's revenue to be made from decisions like this. Our Union County, we love our coal. We do not have solar panels anywhere unless someone puts them on the top of their roof. But the thought of that happening to Union County breaks my heart. And a windmill also. I can't picture it. And I don't make the decision just out of money. 20 years ago, Union County had an opportunity to take an MRS plant. Do you know what that is? Monitored retrievable storage. That is a nuclear storage cell. They tried hard in Union County to put that in there, and we fought it. Don't give up. Don't let money be the reason that you make this decision. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, sir, please go ahead.
One last time, sorry, I should have
okay.
added this earlier, but.
That's all right.
I'm also in the agribusiness side of this county, very invested in it. And I think there needs to be some thought process on the amount of revenue that comes out of this county, if we take acres out. So for every acre, there's roughly about $1,000 of revenue, times 2.5 for each time those dollars get turned over, and you times that by the acres. That's a pretty fair assessment. So there's some serious amount of dollars that are going to be taken out of this economy. Tire changers, fuel, seed, fertilizer, jobs. So I think that's something we need to think about too. Once again, I am for a prohibition. We've got enough green energy.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am. Your name, please, ma'am?
Lisa Laval,
Okay, your address?
16475, State Route 136 East, Roberts, Kentucky.
And do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
The way I understand it, tonight we're here for two things, correct? The 50-foot individual
Mm-hmm.
wind turbines and the moratorium. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I think you've heard from the majority of the people here want a prohibition, and I also want a prohibition. but I understand that's not what we're here for tonight, okay? I would ask the people, whoever has the power here to do this, to make a motion to include the individual 50-foot wind turbines into the moratorium so that those can also be studied along with the commercial wind turbines, so that we know more about what we are doing when an ordinance, even for the small ones, is voted on. And then the second thing is, I agree with the majority of the people that despite what someone from California thinks, the majority of Henderson County thinks that we need more time. Roberts is the prime example with the solar. So let's do our due diligence here for the wind. Extend the moratorium. 5 years would be great, but 1 year, which is not even a year, it has been backdated, and it was backdated for a reason. It needs to be more than that. And so I would ask whoever needs to make the motion, I'd ask for a motion and a second from our officials that we include the 50-foot wind turbines for personal use in the moratorium, and then 2, a 5-year moratorium. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, please.
This will be my last time.
That's okay, it's okay.
First of all, I would like to thank all of our community for attending tonight. Thank you very much. I know the room was a lot fuller earlier, and I appreciate everyone for coming. I would also like to thank the Planning Commission, also the Planning Commission staff, for allowing me to speak tonight. I come before you not only as a resident of Henderson County, but as someone who cares deeply about this community, our farmland, our families, our health, and our future. You are facing decisions that will affect not just policies on paper, but the daily lives of people who live here. The reason we are all here is the proposed Rock Bluff Energy Park, which is unlike anything our county has ever seen. The 93 turbines reaching nearly 720 feet into the sky, spreading across 30,000 acres, which is what their proposed project would entail. Also, that combines battery storage, industrial solar, and more transmission lines. These are not small changes. They represent a complete transformation of our rural landscape, our environment, and the way we live. It is with compassion and concern for my neighbors that I ask you, please propose prohibition or an open-ended moratorium, that we cannot tie ourselves to an arbitrary timeline when so much is at stake. Most of the leases for this project are held by absentee landowners. And how do I know that? Is because I had a friend go to the county clerk's office, pull all the leases. So I have the list of all the leases with all the names. And when you look at the majority of those leases, it's absentee landowners. So they're not going to be the ones who will ever hear the constant turbine noise. They won't live with the flicker. They won't see their property values fail. They'll never have to wonder if their child can sleep at night. It is local families who will carry these burdens, farmers who will have worked the soil for generations, children who deserve quiet and safety, neighbors who cherish the beauty and peace of our fields and woods. For them, this is not an abstract debate. It is their daily lives, their health, and their homes. This makes it our responsibility, and I say our, so it's not just you. That's why our community is here. To ensure every possible safeguard is in place before a single blade turns. An ordinance should be complete when it is ready, not when a deadline says so. An open-ended moratorium guarantees that all necessary environmental, health, safety, land use, and technical studies are completed at each proposed, and I say each proposed site, location, and that every agency has given its approval. Please remember the people who live here will be the ones who carry the consequences. Many of those who stand to profit will never experience the negative impacts. That is why we must put our community first. I urge you with compassion as your neighbor, as someone who loves this place as much as you do, to propose an open-ended moratorium that protects Henderson County until all studies are complete, all approvals are in place, and every safeguard is written into law. This is not a delay for delay's sake. It's a commitment to do the right job and to do the job right, in line with the Henderson City County Comprehensive Plan for the sustainable land use, preservation of rural and agricultural character, and the Kentucky Constitution's protection for health, safety, property, and welfare. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman?
I have a question. Counselor, if a moratorium is put into place for a year, as has been discussed, whatever time limit it is, can that moratorium not be extended?
It can.
When you get to that year and you're not done, you can extend it. When you get to that whatever length you put on it, you're not locked in.
Correct, and the proposal is written that way.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I understood.
But you could anyway.
What, an open-ended moratorium?
No,
Is that
no,
legal?
no, that's not what he asked.
Well, I
No.
know, but that's what I'm asking.
Well,
'Cause we-
allow him to
some of
finish
these
and
folks-
then I'll answer.
You answered my question. It can be extended as deemed necessary and with the votes. Correct? Commissioner Boyette?
Would an open-ended moratorium be legal?
I'm not certain of that.
I'm not either, but you're the lawyer.
Well, but you haven't asked me to research that.
I
have a
understand.
contract with you that I do what you ask me
No,
to do.
no reflection on you.
I don't know the answer.
Mr. Chairman?
I have a feeling, but I'm not willing to speculate
I
on such
understand.
an important issue without doing extensive research.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes, if it's appropriate, Mr. Chairman, I would like to read the proposed motion into the record.
Let's see if we have any more comments. Yes, sir. Your name, please?
Good evening. Tim Voke,
Okay.
Vice President of Development with Cordelia Power.
Your address?
Our office is based in Toronto, Canada, 100 King Street West.
Okay. And do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Very good.
First comment is thank you for addressing the question about the term and the possibility of extension. That's one of the things I was going to ask for clarification. Secondly, as I committed to the fiscal court in the first meeting in July, we are willing to work with the county to adopt regulations. We look forward to a lengthy process that will involve appropriate hearings and fact-finding efforts. We will provide information that we are able to in an effort to help make sure that people understand the realities of what we're proposing here and use facts and real information to make decisions. I think I'll stop here and just look forward to the process.
Thank you, sir.
But I do support the motion or the ordinance as drafted for your consideration.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. Anybody else would like to address the group?
Yes, just one simple question. The gentleman before me said that there's going to be plenty of meetings and hearings and discussions. Are the taxpayers responsible for paying the bill for all those things, or who is paying the bill for all those things?
Who pays the bill, Mr. Bishop?
This planning commission's bill or just tax in general?
Well, for the next public hearing and the next public hearing and the one after that.
And the one after that that goes on ad infinitum, it sounds like it's with the
Previously, the county judge stated in fiscal court that the Henderson County Fiscal Court, which gets their money from the taxpayers, would hire the necessary experts to come in and give testimony based on their expertise. So the ultimate question is fiscal court via the taxpayers.
So the taxpayers are paying for all this that we may, hopefully will never happen anyway to begin with, but taxpayers are going to be paying for all these meetings, correct?
Yes.
I'm not happy with that.
I'd prepared something to read whenever we were going to have the three minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and read it now.
By all means.
Tonight is a very important opportunity to show Henderson leadership we absolutely do not want wind turbines, solar panels, or BESS. This is an opportunity for each resident of Henderson, both county and city, to say no to destroying our city and county with these dangerous and nasty structures. Keep in mind, if we allow these to infiltrate our land, they will be here 15 to 20 years. This is something you can say it doesn't impact me because it will impact every person and generations to come. Will you be ready to explain to your future grandchildren why you didn't try to stop them? Let everyone show up and make our leadership know. We say no, absolutely no. I look forward to seeing everyone, blah, blah, blah. Make sure our leadership hears us loud and clear. No, 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 no. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I guess it struck me that the guy from Canada was up here talking about it, and I'm trying to figure out if he's from Canada, why aren't they building them there? Why are they coming to the United States and destroying our farmland instead of doing it in their backyard?
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, by all means.
I really want to take pity on everybody and let everyone go home.
Well, I'm going to take pity on this lady here and let her speak first.
Oh, absolutely.
I just have a visual I kind of wanted to leave. I'm actually Tina Sarheber. I'm not a resident of Henderson County.
What
I am
is your
in
address,
Davis
ma'am?
County,
I'm sorry.
4025 Yates Drive in Owensboro.
Okay.
Miss Bishop, Mr. Bishop's trying.
Can you pull the mic out so we can?
Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry, yes.
Sorry. 4025 Yates Drive, Owensboro, Kentucky.
Good, and you-
I was born and raised in Henderson, Kentucky. Tina Sarheber.
I ask that you spell your last name. I've seen them on signs.
Sauerheber.
Thank you.
But I
Do
was
you
born and
promise to-
raised in Henderson County,
do you
and my
promise-
family.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. My family and loved ones are
Excuse me,
still
ma'am.
here.
I-
Yes.
I have to ask you
Oh,
something.
yes.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Good.
I do. So I was born and raised in Henderson County, and my family and loved ones, a lot of them still reside here. My daughter lives in Roberts, owns a home there, and obviously is impacted by the solar panels. But what I want to leave with y'all is a visual, even though I reside in Owensboro. If this first step leads to the final go of the 720-foot solar panels, you're talking about something that's 90 foot taller than the Gateway Arch. And you try to visualize how far away, that is seen, because I will see it in Owensboro. So I just want to place that visual for everybody.
Okay, well, thank you. Yes, sir.
So I just wanted to, Mr. Boyette was asking your attorney something, and I just wanted to clarify that because it was a little confusing for the back of the room. Mr. Boyette was asking about the length of the moratorium, but it is within this committee's power tonight to make the recommendation for a complete prohibition, correct?
I think we could.
Yeah. So I just want to reiterate that the majority of...
Excuse me, am I wrong? Okay.
So the majority of the folks who have asked me to represent them are in favor of a complete prohibition, to be clear, with an olive branch of a moratorium for 36 months. Just wanted to reiterate that.
Okay, thank you. Yes, ma'am. Your name, please?
My name is Rita Zollinger,
Good.
Zollinger. My address is 1450 Arrow Way, Henderson, Kentucky.
Thank you. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Good. Thank you, ma'am.
I have an article from the internet, and this is the results of a study that they made. It says, one of the most common concerns raised by protesters worldwide is how these turbines will affect their health. People say wind projects near their homes, different from the offshore wind farms at sea, have caused a range of harmful effects on their bodies, including migraines, chronic pain, increased blood pressure, and difficulty sleeping. So maybe you could look at some studies. I just flipped on the internet and found this one tonight. So good luck, and I hope you say no.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Anyone else like to speak?
I think the biggest thing on all of this is information. A lot of us in Henderson County have seen where studies have not been done properly, and just taking the wherewithal, whatever company that comes in, this is the information we got, this is the studies we did, and it's lacking. It's lacking on a lot of things. And my question is, you get the information from the gentleman from Canada or the other company or whatever, but due diligence on doing your own study, research. I mean, you can get on Google and type in wind turbines from other communities, how that affect their community. Would they do it again if they had Site 2020, on how it affected their good, bad, neutral, whatever. We're going to be out a lot of money hiring people, and this town do we have the tax funds to hire these people? Are we just going to allow a big corporation with billions of dollars railroad us into something that is not good for our community because we didn't do our due diligence on our own study, our own research? Get on Google and just Google stuff, how it affects the animals, how it affects the health of individuals. I mean, Erin Brockovich, the movie where a mother, single mother, went in with an attorney and did her due diligence to go out and talk to these people on their health and cancers and whatever on PPE, spewing stuff in the water, and all these people got cancer. Are we going to be another town that just lets everybody get sick, let our animals die, let our crops be no more crops because we got these things in our croplands? I mean, we already got solar panels. Are we not going to look really, really, really good in on how it's going to benefit this town that is losing people on a regular basis because there's no jobs, there's no communication? I mean, back when I was a kid, there was over 50,000 people in this town. Now there's barely 35. So, I mean, we really, really, really need to look in on this. So, me personally, I say no on the whole thing because I don't think we as a people of Henderson have the faith of y'all doing the research, the real research on how it's going to affect us and how it's going to affect our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren and so forth. I really don't think we've got the faith that y'all are going to do the right thing on the research and stuff, so.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, your name, sir?
Michael Lavelle,
Okay, your address?
16475 State Route 136 East, Roberts.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir.
I agree that you need to look at the health relation with this. I'm a trained medical professional. I have my doctorate degree. My wife also does. And it's a proven fact that stress or even a low dose can shorten your life. But my wife and I, we enjoy sitting on our porch in the morning, in the afternoon, watching the birds out there. We see an eagle land out there, and it's just beautiful. It's relaxing. In the afternoon, we'll have a glass of wine, play chess. I just can't imagine that same environment with the wind turbines. And that is definitely will shorten your life expectancy. And that is something that we don't want to do to Henderson County. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm following up on the gentleman's question earlier about if it would be possible to do somebody to make in charge to make a motion to do a prohibition of the whole idea. Where is that gentleman? Are you? Since I found out that it's possible, then I think that's be the save the taxpayers the most dollars and just for. I'm asking them to make a motion.
Okay, we can't hear what's going on here. We need to get this on the record.
I told this gentleman that I'm asking you all, somebody to make the motion to follow up on what he suggested. I think it's a brilliant idea
For the prohibition.
for
Okay.
the prohibition. Can we get somebody to make a motion? Can we, can one of us from the audience make a motion, or?
I don't think so.
Okay, then is anybody willing to?
Right.
To clarify your question, we can't make a motion until all the public testimony is completed. So yes, we will make a motion, but
You
we
will?
have to collect all. That's our duty, is to make a motion of some sort, but we can't make a motion until we've collected all the public testimony. So yes,
Okay,
that will happen.
I'm sorry,
at some
I thought
point.
everybody was done. Thank you.
Well, sometimes I've thought that too. I'm sorry, folks. Anybody else like to speak? Okay. We can take a minute. Just think about it. Maybe something to come to you, and we'll continue. Okay? Does the commission have any questions or comments? Okay.
At some point, I would like our director to read this sample motion he's proposed.
Excuse me? Counselor?
You should close the public hearing before you have discussion among yourself or make any motion.
Okay, thank you. My mistake. So, anybody else want to add more or ask more questions from any angle? Yes, ma'am.
Something I just thought of. Okay, so once Mr. Bishop reads whatever the proposed is, and if it's not a prohibition, can you, as the planning commission, say we don't want to go with what's proposed and still recommend the prohibition?
Yes. Mr. Bishop does not get a vote.
Right, but I mean, if whatever he's going to recommend is not the prohibition, and you, the planning commission, can say we don't want to go with that, we want to go with the recommendation of the prohibition.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, any other questions? Okay. If you're all sure, then I'll entertain a motion to go out of public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion by the commission? Okay, all in favor of leaving public hearing, say yes.
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 All opposed? Very good. We are out of public hearing. Continuing on this topic, Mr. Bishop, you have a proposed motion that might get us started here?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, the staff has prepared a motion to get the process started for discussion. You'll have it before you, and I'll read it so the audience can hear it as well. Sample motion to recommend a 2-year moratorium in Section 2 and otherwise recommending approval of the proposed text amendment and to table the matter to allow staff to prepare proposed motion and findings of fact which are consistent with the evidence presented at the public hearing to be considered at the next meeting. Read the following if the Planning Commission choose to use this as a basis. I move that the staff prepare a proposed motion of findings of fact based on the record recommending that the Henderson County Fiscal Court insert a date in Section 2 of approximately 2 years after the date of its final action. And just projecting out from a calendar standpoint, that would be approximately October 5th, 2027. And otherwise recommending approval of the proposed text amendment that the matter be tabled until the next meeting and that the public hearing not be reopened at the next meeting, which means no additional public comments will be heard, that the recommendation will not be reconsidered at the next meeting, and that this vote shall not be considered final action. This motion concerns the proposed zoning text amendment originated by the Henderson County Fiscal Court regarding wind energy conversion systems. So the quick version of that is the staff initial discussion point suggests 2 years as the starting point.
Okay. That would be the only,
To clarify too, the way you have that worded, we would be approving the 50-foot.
It would be approving the language that was sent to us by the fiscal court.
The small
Yes.
scale
So
WEX,
if
yes.
the Planning Commission desired to include the moratorium for the 50 feet and under, it would need to be included in the motion. Or to Ms. Hill's question, if you guys decide to go the prohibition route, that is also under consideration as well.
That's why I just wanted to clarify. If we want to prohibit that, we got to have it applied to small scale and industrial WEX.
Correct.
any discussion by the commission?
Well, I'd note that what the fiscal court has asked us to do is originate a text amendment to the zoning ordinance that would be a comprehensive regulation of wind energy conversion systems. So if we want something that's comprehensive, we better make sure we give ourselves enough time to write that, to get, I mean, we've got a room full of people who are very angry and upset, and I understand where you're coming from, but we really can't make a decision based on just how you feel. We haven't really heard from the other side of the argument. And in all fairness, we really have got to hear that. We've already closed the public hearing, I believe.
We have heard questions raised that I feel need to be addressed. And I would, we need time to do that. Anybody else have anything they'd like to add to the discussion? Are we at a point to seek a motion? If no one has anything to add, then I'll entertain a motion in regard to the Henderson County zoning text amendment concerning wind energy conversion systems. and the resolution that fiscal court has passed on to us. This is, we will be making a recommendation to fiscal court. As I said earlier, they will take it up independently, actually, and they could let our recommendation stand. They can overturn it, they can alter it, amend it, they can hold their own hearing. They have many, many options. This is another step in what will be a long process. So, what is the pleasure of the commission?
Mr. Chairman, I feel like we've heard a lot of good testimony this evening on both sides of the matter. In all fairness, I agree with Mr. Boyette that we need to study this further and in a timely manner, not let it drag out. With that in mind, I move that we adopt the motion as read into the record by Mr. Bishop.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Why don't we read that motion again, please?
I move that the staff prepare a proposed motion of findings of fact based on the record recommending that the Henderson County Fiscal Court insert a date of section, I think it's our mic that's doing it. I move that the staff prepare a proposed motion of findings of fact based on the record recommending that the Henderson County Fiscal Court insert a date in section 2 of approximately 2 years after the date of its final action, which may be approximately October 5th, 2027, and otherwise recommend approval of the proposed text amendment, that the matter be tabled until the next meeting, and that the public hearing not be reopened at the next meeting. No additional public comments will be heard, that the recommendation will not be reconsidered at the next meeting, and that the vote shall not be considered final action. This motion concerns the proposed zoning text amendment originated by the Henderson County Fiscal Court regarding wind energy conversion systems, WECS.
Okay. That motion has been made and seconded.
Clarification,
Yes.
that motion,
Will you make sure you speak into the mic?
yes, that motion basically states that also that the private wind turbines, whatever, can be still in, that's keeping them in there, correct?
They would be allowed, because that was what was sent
All right,
to
okay.
the Plan Commission. But the Plan Commission can alter that to include the personal wind WECS as well.
Okay.
But the motion has been made that does not include them and has been seconded. Excuse me? Okay, can we,
Should we vote on the first motion and then consider?
okay,
He has the right to make a motion to amend, then you vote on that.
Do I have a right to amend the amendment?
Yes.
okay. So, we've got a motion now to amend the original motion so that now that would include the 50 feet in the moratorium.
I'll second that.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second on the amendment to the amendment. Everybody with me?
Who had a second?
Yeah.
The amendment is to include the 50-foot
Right.
Right.
We're gonna
in the moratorium.
we're gonna vote on this proposed amendment to the motion, then we're gonna vote on the motion as it would stand after the proposed amendment to it. I think we could do it one step at a time. It might be easier.
Are we voting on the original motion?
No,
and then voting on the amendment?
we're gonna vote on the amendment first. Correct, Counselor?
That doesn't seem right. In all fairness, I made the motion, and I think we should move on, vote on that. If they want to amend it, then vote.
Okay, Counselor?
That's not Robert's Rules of Order. Robert's Rules of Order require that you, Robert's Rules of Order require that you vote on the proposed amendment, vote it up or down. And then You can have other amendments, but you don't vote on the final until you move through all of the amendment process.
Okay.
Isn't it a moot point, though, if the amendment is accepted? I mean,
Please
the
speak
vote
up.
on the amendment is to accept the amended motion.
Okay, we can't hear, for the record, I'm sorry.
Is this thing working? My question was, if we vote on the amendment to the original motion, what's the point of a second vote then? It's a moot point by then because the amendment has been accepted, rather than the original motion.
Well, the original motion could still be voted down.
Yeah, it could be.
Your point is, if the amendment passes,
Right,
then that changes your original motion, yes.
right.
Yes.
I understand that, but I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand why that is the proper procedure.
It is, trust me.
Trust
that
you,
is
but
Robert's
we
Rules
pay you a
of
lot to
Order.
trust you.
I'm only insisting that you follow the rules. I'm not trying to influence you on what your vote is, up or down.
Thank you. Thank you, Counselor.
Can I make a comment on the amendment?
Yes, we're gonna discuss it.
Please give him the
That
microphone.
a farmer in Henderson County who wants to put a pump in a remote location cannot power that pump with a wind turbine. He's gonna have to either run a power line out there, or put a gas-fired generator, or put a solar panel out there to do it. That, to me, limits options. So that's where my objection to the amendment arises.
Let me ask you this. Could fiscal court not independently pass an ordinance that dealt with these smaller wind energy purposes for individual use?
Are you asking me a question?
Yes.
Okay, would you repeat it?
Okay. Say we include this 50 feet, we include all wind power in the moratorium. Could fiscal court not pass their own ordinance? They can pass an ordinance that would allow those 50 feet tall.
Yes, but they've asked you to hear public comment and to make a recommendation to them.
Right.
Can they override and not follow your recommendation? Absolutely.
Okay. So they could rectify the situation if
Well-
it becomes a problem for small users.
They can do what they choose, but the statute requires them to, but they have asked the planning commission
Right.
to make recommendations, and as a group, you can make any recommendation you choose to.
Okay. And we're trying to get to that point this evening.
No.
I'm afraid the public.
Don't put that on the
yeah,
record.
That's
Public hearing's closed.
right.
I'm not for you or against you, but I'm going to insist that you don't have to follow my advice, but my advice is going to be that we
have
follow
closed
the rules.
We've closed the public hearing.
And if you want me back, I'm glad to come back.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I think we should vote on the proposed amendment to the motion. The proposed amendment would be to include 50 feet and smaller wind projects in the moratorium. Correct? Is that the proposed amendment? And we have a second.
May I ask who the second to?
Mac.
Thank you.
Okay, any discussion on that point by the commission?
Okay, I don't mean to be a jerk. Can I add an amendment to that? It has nothing to do with the 50-foot tower.
Counselor, can we have another amendment to the amendment for the amendment? You'd be okay.
It's possible, but if your amendment is about something separate, then I suggest that you vote on this amendment and then make another amendment.
My amendment would be to the verbiage that
Which,
Would be to include, are you saying to include the 50-foot personal? No, it has nothing to do with the 50-foot tower. It has to do with the time.
I suggest that you make that a separate motion to amend.
Isn't that what I just did?
No, well, I suggest you vote on this amendment. It is possible, but you will get this so confused, you don't know what you're voting on. And if you'll do, it's your decision. If you'll vote on one amendment at a time, excuse me,
don't, yeah, wag your finger at me.
it will make it easier.
Okay, I think I agree. So, we're gonna call the roll on the first suggested amendment by Commissioner Royster. Please call the roll.
Kevin,
Yes. I'm sorry. We are voting on the amendment. Please
Just the
proceed.
amendment to include
The
the
amendment to
verbiage.
include the 50 feet or less projects in the moratorium.
Kevin Richard,
On that piece of the motion, yes.
Bobby Jarrett. Mac Arnold. XR Royster. Gary Gibson.
Yes.
Gray Hodge.
No.
Stacy Denton. Kevin Herron. Frank Boyette.
Okay, I have the motion passing. So now we have now we have a motion that includes the amendment we just approved, correct? Is there other discussion?
Would now be the time to add another amendment? Or what?
Yes.
I'd like to amend the original motion to change the wording, insert a date in section 2, approximately 18 months, more or less April 5th, 2027.
Okay, so we have a motion to change the 2 years to 18 months. Is that correct? I have a motion. Do I have a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I have a question. Why? What's the thinking?
It was something that Mr. Pritchett said that I took to heart, that, and knowing that the fiscal court can lengthen it if they so desire, or if they feel the need. But he's right, wind towers are not new technology, and the pros and cons are out there. I think 18 months is an adequate amount of time to gather experts, have meetings on a regular basis if you want to, get the information, make an evaluation, write a suitable ordinance, and submit that.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Staff, do you have a recommendation?
I believe staff's recommendation of 2 years would stand, specifically because it matches what was done by the fiscal court on the solar ordinance in Mooresville.
Thank you. Any other discussion by the commission? Okay, please call the roll on the motion concerning, or now denoting 18 months for the moratorium, please.
Kevin Richard.
No.
Bobby Jarrett.
No.
Mac Arnold.
No.
XR Royster. Gary Gibson.
No.
Gray Hodge.
Yes.
Stacy Denton.
No.
Kevin Herron. Frank Boyette.
No.
Okay, the motion is defeated. So, Counselor, do we have a motion left on the floor? We do?
Yes.
The original? Okay.
2 years.
All right. The amendment was defeated. The proposed amendment was defeated.
The second amendment, but the first amendment was.
Yes. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. I think everybody knows what's in it, what it includes. 2-year moratorium, including the 50 feet residential home use as part of the moratorium. Something to be studied further. Very good. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
I would like the originator of the motion and the second, please, to recap. Who was the original motion
The
maker?
original motion was Gray, and then who, I think Frank was the original second, yes.
And then XR and then mine.
Right.
So Gray made the motion. Frank Boyette seconded the motion. We'll start with the roll call for Kevin Richard.
No.
Bobby Jarrett.
No.
Mac Arnold.
Now, the way we're voting, I'm trying to make sure I understand. We're voting against the.
We're voting for if you want it to be a 2-year moratorium.
What we're saying is, this is the.
You're voting for a 2-year moratorium, including the.
Yes, including the 50-foot.
Okay.
I'll say yes.
XR Royster.
Yes.
Gary Gibson.
Yes.
Gray Hodge.
Yes.
Stacy Denton.
Yes.
Kevin Herron.
Yes.
Frank Boyette.
Yes.
Okay, very good. The motion passes. I think we,
We're supposed to adjourn 5 minutes ago.
okay. We've got some administrative kind of business to deal with, I think. We have a finance report. Let's wait till everybody, if you all want, you're welcome to stay, or I understand if you want to get out of here.
Everyone, please could take their conversations outside. We still have meeting to conduct.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead then, if y'all don't mind. Okay. Okay, folks, thank you. We're going to deal with the August finance report first. Ms. Marks?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As of August, we are 21% of our, I'm sorry. Okay, so as of August, we are 21% of our budget. If you guys have any questions, I'm here to answer that, or Rhonda as well.
Okay. Do we have any questions from the commission concerning the finance report for August? If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of approving the finance report as presented, say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Finance report is approved. Next item, the bond report. Ms. Marks, you got that one too?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We only have one item on the bond report for this month. It's Riverview Place development. That would be the development taking place on Water Street in that area. We did hold a bond for sidewalks and driveways, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer. All of the work has been completed on those items, and it has been recommended to release those bonds.
Any questions from the commission concerning the bond report?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to accept the bond report as submitted.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of approval of the bond report, say yes.
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 Any opposed? Bond report's approved. Do we have any administrative business?
No, sir.
Do we have any other business to bring before the commission? Anybody else here have anything that we should be made aware of? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of adjournment, say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Thank you all, folks. We stand adjourned. Thank you all very much.